in the house. So yeah, they fix everything. So if I live on myself, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah. Me and you together would really have to rough it because we don't
Yeah, yeah, we have to
like
learn it
that.
anyhow. So okay.
Okay. We're on if you want to
Yeah,
start.
okay, yeah, there's not yet somebody, so we just okay. We can talk to the story and then
Oh,
about
yeah.
Uranus and then Gaia and the children, and then one killed. They killed. Yeah, yeah. He had titans and cyclops and monsters, and they were terrible children. So he didn't like them, Uranus, because and then he pushed them back in the womb of Gaia. Okay, there is Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan, hi.
Hi. So anyhow, it's about Uranus. And
Yeah.
we spell it in the Greek way. And
Uranus. I like that.
Ura-
Nice. That's nice.
yeah,
Or
actually,
Uranus is
I
pretty
like
cool.
the pronunciation too. Anyhow, and and then okay, I'm walk. Wait a little bit. So it's about yeah, and Uranus is actually the planet of yeah. There we go. You see.
Yeah, it's already started. We didn't
No,
even
he
tell the
didn't even
story yet.
start.
Uranus. Very good.
Uranus. Yeah,
Very
kind of
close.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's how we're going to pronounce it from now. And okay. Anyhow, if we start with the story, people can pick it up later.
Okay.
So Uranus comes from the Greek mythology, and Uranus is the god of heaven, and he was together with Gaia, the god of Earth, Mother Earth, and yeah, every night they came together, and with this melting together, they had a lot of children, too many children, and Uranus didn't like his children. His children were the Cyclops, the Titans, the big giants, and then also monsters. So Uranus said, "No, no, I don't like my children. I put them back in the womb of Gaia." Gaia, of course, poor mother, she got the children back in her womb. So she said, "Oh no, no, no." And she pulled them back out, and she said to her children, "No, you need to kill your father because this I cannot have." And then Cronus was the one. Cronus is actually was the most responsible one, and Cronus is the same as Saturn.
Saturn.
So yeah, Saturn. Yes, Saturn. How do you call Saturn? Yeah,
Saturn.
Saturn.
That's
And
a
he took
different.
the
Yeah.
and he thought, okay, I will do it. He said to his mother, and then he castrated Uranus. So
I was just gonna say that.
yes, castrated Uranus,
Yep.
and then with the drops, the drops gave the Furion. How do you call the very angry goddesses of
The Furies.
the Furies, and then then this phallus fell in the sea,
Yep.
and then Venus arose. So
Yeah.
then
Like
Venus was like, yeah,
out of the foam,
yeah.
Venus. Or,
Yes,
yeah.
that was the most beautiful goddess from all goddess. So actually, that was a good thing. And to Venus is then actually the one who is also a refined form. I read somewhere of Uranus because she brings creativity in a unique way too. And Uranus is about individuality, about originality, about independency, and about intuition,
Mhm.
but also about a lot of new ideas. And the analogy is with he didn't like his children. Sometimes we have very good ideas, but in reality they work out totally different. So, and you can compare that with. The different systems like capitalism, communism, socialism, in concept, in theory, they're actually fine. They should work, but in reality, they don't work. So whatever our idea is, the reality it cannot bring it as pure as the idea is. So we never get to the utopia, the dream, because of the reality we're living in. So that's a little bit about how to say about Uranus. And do you have something to add, Susan?
Oh, I was just gonna say that so when he was a primordial god, like he was born out of chaos, like Gaia was,
Yes.
and the ether and Eros, and that so when Kronos killed him, that's what separated Earth from Sky, and he's also known as Father Sky.
Yes, yes, true. Yeah, he was created out of chaos. Yeah, and yeah. So actually, and then Uranus is also the planet who is really looking for the truth. It's also influenced by social habits, social conditions. It's pure actually. So without from your innate from yourself. That's why geniuses who listens to themselves, they follow their own inspiration. So like Tesla had Uranus in Taurus in house 1. So and Uranus is also linked to electricity and lightning. So
Lightning.
Tesla was born actually exactly with lightning. There was a big lightning when he was born, like in a big stormy weather. And he was always he was fascinated from child on with lighting and electricity. So that's why and he kept to himself his Uranus. He was never influenced by ideas from others. That's actually the genius. People who are a genius most of the time, they have a very strong Uranus or a strong house where it's on a strong degree, because it depends also a little bit on which degree the planet is standing. Anyhow, that is, for example, Tesla had a strong. But all those inventors, they have. There was someone else also who had. Also the spirituality. The people who are taking distance from religion, they have strong Uranus and they form their own concept of spirituality. Sometimes could be really strange because Uranus can be like really, really also weird and a little bit crazy if it's not in balance. Yeah.
Right.
So the craziness, the rebellion, the eccentric behavior. It's also Uranus in disbalance.
Because Uranus is like freedom and independence of yourself, of your individuality. You don't have to follow. They have their own ideas.
Wherever Uranus is placed in your chart, you don't want to bend to the rules. You said, okay, no, I'm not following the system which is around me. I have my own ideas. And it depends in which house in your chart Uranus is you have quite original ideas. I mean, doesn't mean you maybe practice them, but they are in you, and you should actually try to bring them to the surface. And if not, then if people suppress their creativity or their originality, then you get Uranus in a negative way. It's like really moody and eccentric and totally chaotic. I mean the negative form of Uranus, like extremely crazy then, because they get furious like the Furian. And in the book, like the Furian. If Uranus is not allowed to speak, then the Furian will take revenge on you and make you a little bit nuts. Any kind. So people who cannot express themselves, they might become very difficult. If a child cannot express himself, like the uniqueness, then it might become extremely difficult children. That's why our society is so messed up.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, this is kind of going ahead, but my Uranus is in my first house of Scorpio, and it said that my behavior can be seen as erratic, which I can see how my behavior can sometimes be seen as erratic, but it's just because I don't like, we always talk about, I'm always like, but why? Why do we have to do this? Like, why do we have to do it that way? I always want to do it. So,
for me, I have Uranus in in 9. So in school, I always asked very strange questions. And sometimes I get really like, once I ask a question, because why is there a king in our country? I was small, like maybe 8 years old. Why do we need a king? I was already, Uranus doesn't want to be ruled. And the teacher said, and why is it the king? And we have two languages in our country, Flemish and French. And I say, and the king is always speaking French. So why doesn't the king speak Flemish? Then if he doesn't speak my language, why should I listen to him? Yeah, and I got really punished. I had to go out of the school. I had to clean because it was a school with nuns. I had to clean the apt. I had to take. I had to as Cinderella. I had to separate the dust from the coal, like the coal. Which yes, I was totally full of black. Really, I was not allowed to ask. So and I didn't know. What did I do wrong? I didn't know. So and then many times, and then you learn to shut yourself down.
Yeah.
And that's the problem in the society because you're not expressed to just ask questions. Yeah. And also one time there were like animals, they were mating. And I didn't know what it was. And I asked, what they are doing?
Right.
Oh my God, a slap in my face. So, and for what?
Wow. Yeah, for what?
Yeah, for what? I didn't know. So it's like, okay, I say, yeah, well, it's natural, but what are they doing? I don't know. I mean, it's just like a child, it's innocent. But then they make you to think, yeah, already at that time, it's something bad. So,
right.
And so I ask those questions, and that's why I learned to be more silent during. But now, of course, now you're not anymore. But you see, that's how our society is shaped. So we are not allowed to ask questions because everything is a secret. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say too. Like for me, once I got to college, it was escapism because it was I knew I was a certain way and I didn't fit in the other way, and that wasn't acceptable. So it was like I had to escape reality because I couldn't fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This typical Uranus doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to fit in. Absolutely not. Yeah.
No, and it becomes like, I think for a lot of kids, it becomes overwhelming. Like they don't have a place. So
they don't have a place, and even
somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, and even worse now than in our times. I think we were a little bit more free. I mean, what I see now, we were much more freer, and I think it's getting it became over the years not more free, but actually more prison-like. So
yeah,
and that's why then you get rebellion. So normally we will have chaos. I mean, because that's what Uranus is going to do. You don't let me speak. Okay, I will do okay, I know what to do.
Send down lightning bolts.
Yeah, I send lightning bolts. Yeah, like that. Electricity. Maybe, you know what? Uranus is in Taurus now. And Taurus is Mother Earth. So she can, and she will be fed up soon. So it might be there is going to be a lot of floods and lightning, because lightning and fire is, lightning brings also fire. So might be something like that. But Uranus does also bring change, and Taurus in second house is the house of money. So it destroys what it doesn't like. So I'm by next year, January, when Saturn is in Uranus, Jupiter is in Uranus, money will be finished in some or other way, because then there is a square between Saturn and which planet? Saturn or Uranus and
Is it Uranus? It's not Mars.
Oh, Mars. There must be a square. Yeah, Mars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mars. Mars and Saturn will make a square in in house 10, and probably if it's conjunct with Saturn, probably not. Then it's gonna be even more worse. but that will take more time.
I love how we laugh when we're like, it's gonna be bad. We're like,
Okay.
ha!
Yeah, 21. This is just a preparation. Yeah. Okay. So, but anyhow, the money system will be destroyed. That is for sure. And and Uranus brings a lot of extremely good ideas also, if we just are allowed, and if we claim back our power.
Right. Yeah, and it actually reminds me of because you were just saying that Tesla had Uranus and Taurus, and he always spoke of the ether and how there was energy that radiated from the planet, and that we could tap into it and have free energy for everybody. So, fingers crossed, maybe in like 24, if we survive, it'll be
it could be
free energy.
Yeah, because where did I read something about free energy? I forgot something. I think it was actually in a random paper, and I mean not on. I read it on Facebook, but some from a Belgium paper somewhere, and they were talking about free energy. So wow, they are already talking about in public about free energy. So that's a good change.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, and it's good. You have to allow, but don't fit in. I mean, Uranus is very benevolent if we leave people who they are and let them dig their own creativity. Then it's extremely benevolent, and it's also technology. So that's why it is, because next age, I mean the age we are just approaching, or we're actually in, is the Aquarius age, and then it's also the age of technology, and hopefully in a positive way. That's also. Yeah.
Because I'll have a mental breakdown. I already can't even connect to the internet well.
Yeah, and also space. Uranus is also space, so probably the aliens will be around. That's for sure. Good, it's space. It's space.
And they can teach you how to use a computer.
Yeah, yeah. They don't need to use a computer. They do it everything. I mean, they talk. I mean, through telepathy and things like that. It's also Uranus. You link to the ideas of other people. Intuition, intuitively, on a natural way. Not
but
by.
I think ancient civilizations did that too, like ancient Egypt, like real ancient Egypt, like 10,000, 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, the real ancient, yes.
Yeah, I think they used that kind of like almost like a telepathy.
Atlantis also, I think, yeah. Yeah, and they get destroyed because they were using the technology in the wrong way.
Yep.
It
was just G's live stream this morning. That's what I was saying, that Thoth, I call him Thoth. He said that he was teaching, like I said, like Jesus, he was actually teaching people that through your consciousness you can achieve godliness, you can travel the cosmos, and supposedly Zeus got angry over that and started doing the blood sacrifices to let those archon reptilian people in. Yeah, and it's almost like what's happening now, right? It's that's very coincidental.
That is actually, and that is what the demons do. It's also, if you raise your vibration, and in meditation you are protected, because if once you go too much to the lower realities, because they are like those nagas. In the old Indian ancient societies, those demons, actually demons, they were visible. They were like, they could see them. Maybe we lived also then, I don't know. And they were looking like demons. So everybody knew these are bad people. They were not in their head. But now it's much more difficult, because they come invade your brain and give you negative thoughts. So actually suicide, many times it's not only because you get those ideas from those nagas. Actually, they bring you to that idea, and because if you're on high vibration, you go to positive ideas, and you get the strength to overcome it. But our society is almost ruled by nagas, let's say. So all those people, they don't feel strong enough to fight them. But that is actually why meditation is very important, because you line up and you rise to higher heights. They can never
Right.
come there. So, and that's why it's actually very important. I mean, my guru says you have to keep your mind pure, with pure thoughts, with pure, love, like positive. So try never bring negativity in, because how more negative you come, how more you are approachable for them. And once they can possess you, they can do it a little, because all negative thoughts is actually coming from outside. So like we are the receiver, it's not in our head.
Right.
We are
Right.
the receiver. So, but when we build a strong, with our, maybe beginning with willpower or through meditation, then we have a shield around our head, like how do you call a holy? How do you call
Helmet,
this? Yeah, or like a holy, the when the
crown,
when the
halo.
a halo, yeah, a
Yeah.
halo.
Okay.
So that cannot come in. You're protected. And that
Yeah.
is what we should do. And also we can do that with our children. If that's why children, when they're young, she said, before 6 years old, they should be very, very long time with the parents. They should be in the parents' room, because she said, she said, when children die, when on a very young age, because they say that when you die in your sleep, or they say, I had a brother who died from when it was like maybe 1 year old in his sleep, because they didn't breathe well enough. How do you call it in
Or they
English?
call it SIDS here.
Yeah, something like that. And she said, no, it's not because of the breed, because they got attacked by the Nagas. Because you
Oh.
leave in the West, you leave your babies too much alone. You need your babies till 3 years in the room of your parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. And that's what they do in India, and gives also more security for 3 years at least. And in India, they do it for 6 years. Sometimes they sleep like in tribes, like in
I was going
Africa,
to
they
say
sleep
that.
all together in one
Yeah.
room.
Well, even the Native Americans and the Vikings and stuff, you had just like one house and everybody,
Yeah.
yeah, everything
And
was
that
in
is a
the same room.
protection, and we
Yeah.
should, yeah, we can have our ideas, but if you allow people who they are, then they love to be collective. It's also a social being. It's also Uranus. It's house 11. It's like working for the benevolence of humanity, and finding ideas, making, looking for people like-minded, and being creative for the benefit of society, but not by suppressing
Mm-hmm.
your ideas. So the balance between individuality and society. Like Native Americans, they did it. They were
Yeah.
like already like that.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say too, like you were saying, we're receivers, right? So, um, like I think positive and negative thoughts, pretty much all of our thoughts, right? So we're just kind of like a TV, and all our thoughts kind of really come from somewhere else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think too, like that's part of the reason why the world's so messed up, because we did make this such negative society, and so many people suffer. It kind of generates more of a negative
Yeah. True.
reception.
And then it helps those Nagas, it helps them, because everybody's getting angry, getting all these
Right.
negative emotions, and then they give them actually more power
Right.
to be more stronger. That's why
And
we should, yeah.
I'm sorry, and the India is called, I want to say Indians, but they called it Nagas, and then in the Emerald Tablets they're called Archons, and then
Yeah, yeah,
Christianity calls them demons. It's all
yes,
just,
yeah. It's
yeah.
different. Yeah, they're different names, and
Hmm.
they look okay. Oh, I have. Maybe I should read a paragraph. I don't have the book with me. And so when you die, she spoke about it, and you cross the limbo. I mean, the vacuum, kind of vacuum space, and in that space there are nagas. She said, and they look very beautiful, like irresistible. But if your focus is too much still on matter, so like body and beauty and things, they can even drag you down.
Oh
In
wow.
But you have to focus, because you have to get the guardian angel with you. There is, when you die, there is always a guardian angel. You have to actually focus on that angel all the time till you're over another dimension.
Okay.
And what she said, when you die, you visit first Uranus.
Oh
I
really?
didn't know that, but just what she said. That's what she said. You believe it or not, but she said you go first to Uranus.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you have to be true to yourself, because the higher self is linked with Uranus. Because that is, I'm not listening to the society. I'm not listening to, no, you have to listen to the child, whatever. If I do that, I'm not connected with my spirit. I will be sucked down by the Nagas or something. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's kind of scary, but I said, I was thinking, oh my God, I have to train myself if I die.
train myself or my dad.
Yeah, I mean, for men, it could be beautiful women, and for women, it could be like extremely attractive men. And also for people who are still, but that's probably not for us, we are still attracted to possessions. It could be like all jewels and all this kind of stuff, because it's all laying down. You know, when you saw the movie Moana, and that octopus, it's kind of same story,
right?
So the one had to find his how is this called? Mao has to find his hook
thing. Yeah,
but he could not be too much distracted. So and then Moana helped him, and they get the escape. This kind of things. It's in the story, but it's actually a good analogy with when we die, we have to overcome those material. Actually, it's overcoming materialism. That's all about. Whatever it is for you, which are you still attached when you die. Maybe you're not attached to women or to men or whatever. Could be possessions, could be anything. So the attachment to the materialistic world can bring you down.
Right. Well, I was just gonna say real quick. So, which I don't know. It's just really weird that like all these ancient civilizations knew that we had 9 planets, and then all of a sudden we didn't discover 9 planets till like the 1700s. You know what I mean? It's just weird to me. But especially because they had all that stuff, so they knew, but they just didn't tell us. But I know when they first discovered Uranus in 1690, well, rediscovered, whatever, they actually thought it was a star. But in Egypt, they say you go to Sirius first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's like, I'm gonna have to, I don't know if I'll ever figure it out, but
and Orion, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sirius and Uranus are somehow connected. I wonder.
Yeah, I think so. There's Orion, there is Sirius, and then, oh yeah. Oh, you have to read the book. That's a book what everybody should read, is Initiation in from Elizabeth Hirsch. Initiation in the Egypt world from the deities. It's so beautiful, and it's a thick book, but I could read it in 2 or 3 days. Christ, the topic is Uranus.
Yeah, they already went at everyone's anus on it.
Yeah, okay, but
we did the sideline.
We said Uranus. Yes, Uranus, according to
Uranus. I like that.
Yes. Anyhow.
She's being bad.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And Uranus. Yeah.
Uranus. Yeah.
Yeah. Uranus. Who's running us? But we should not be run. That's nice.
Yeah, and that's the whole goal of Uranus, to claim your freedom and independence.
Yes. That's yeah. And if it's extremely strong, then you have extremely difficulties to adapt in society when Uranus is extremely strong. That's why those people have a hard life, actually. All those geniuses who are not recognized because they thought outside the box, they were actually excluded. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they were excluded out of society. So, and that's but yeah, we are excluded out of society, and whenever we say, and now also it's because now we have the 2 fights, because everything in Capricorn wants to conform. We listen to what is said to us. We listen to the government. We listen to the so-called important persons in societies. We listen to the people with a high social position, because we want to, people want to be also like that. So, and then you have the people who are once already tending to Uranus, like-minded people. no, we want to be free. We want to be free from this prison of society, and we take the risk of, like the beam from Girard. Better the dangerous freedom than the conformity of slavery.
Yep.
And that's typical Uranus. It takes risk, and then actually, when you follow your actually your path, you just you get help. If you, okay, no, I want to do that, and when you decide that, even if you don't know where it will end, your path, actually we never know, you might get pleasant surprises.
Yeah.
Even if you think you might, that's how many times people are successful. They just start doing something because they like it. There's a passion for it. Okay, there we go again.
What does that say about you if you're stuck on Uranus? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, my anus, yeah.
Oh,
See?
so is mine. Mine's in Scorpio too, Christ, but it's in the first house.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good place for it. Anyhow, now I lost my thread again. So, okay. Yeah, we talk later on about the houses.
Okay.
So now I forgot. I was saying something. Yeah, the conformity against the non-conformity. That's the fight now. Okay.
Yeah.
And
and just real quick, because you were saying that and it made me think something, but they distracted me with the butt talk. And because you were saying that and it made me think, right? So like Moses and the slaves of Egypt, right? And then the Anunnaki, who supposedly made humans, and then they broke their chains of slavery. And I don't know, just all throughout history, there's always like a tyrannical like government comes into power and they have slaves and the slaves eventually break free. So it's just kind of, that's, repeating cycles. Here we are.
it's a repeating cycle, and it's on us to free us, I think. Now is the time we can free from it, because now we can meditate, and the possibility is there to really get to very high heights, which was not before, because this age, so we have the F7, but the interesting thing, like, I mean, my guru explained, we have 7 main chakras. We have more chakras, but the main chakras, 7, actually 14, because every age, one chakra got open. So the age before was our 6th chakra. This is here, but now this chakra is opened. The 7th chakra is above your head, and that is actually for divine connection. So we only have to connect with divine, and we will be actually, and that's through meditation, and we will be actually safe. That's the freedom. That's the spiritual freedom. But those spiritual freedom gives you the inspiration to live your life like you are supposed to live it, without having fear, because then you're also protected, without having fear that they might kill you, they might do harm to you. But that's not easy, because that's like, this is a little bit open, because this is the age, and we are not like yet totally open like a Buddha that's totally enlightened. It could receive like bundle of light, and for me it's like maybe like 2 little threads of light we're disconnecting, and it's only and like it's not like a whole big light yet, and we're growing into it. But actually this is the start of the age of total enlightenment, actually, for humanity. But we have to take the little grasp of light which is exposed to us to get higher, and then we transfer into the golden era age.
And like I always say, like it's like a just like a step, like a piece in the puzzle. Like, of course it would be nice to be like, yay, everything's better now, you know what I mean? Like, we're all free. But it's not going to happen that way. But if we keep on, then eventually the future generations, and isn't that kind of like what we're here for, to keep making it better for the future that comes after us? Like, so
it's always like a, and then there will be, those children will be extremely creative and extremely yes, it's gonna be. But and I think also this is the last fight from what I believe, I assume, I feel actually not so bad about this time at all. because this is the last, but the worst fight from those Nagas, demons, against the humans, because they know we getting our spiritual totally enlightenment. That's our destiny. They don't want that, but because they will be thrown out of evolution,
Right.
and they want to take as many people with them as they can. That's why now the fight is extremely strong.
Right.
For yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, one thing, I mean, somebody told me, and he said, so yeah, because I think within a few years it will be changed. And then one was an Indian guy, he told me, oh, no, this fight is gonna last 1,000 years. I said, what? No,
No.
1,000 years? No, it's not
I think
possible.
it's already been the 1,000 years.
Yeah, I think so too. No,
I think it's coming to the end of the 1,000 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do think it's going to get pretty.
Yeah, rough.
It's going to be pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to get pretty bad.
Yeah, I think too. And I think, no, we are on the end of I think if you get destroying for 1,000 years, the planet is 5 times killed by then. Cannot be. So, no, I think it's, I think also, no, I think you're wrong in your counting or something from those Vedas. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, no, so I'm not going for that. I don't 1,000 years, how many times we have to reincarnate in this world again. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, I do. I don't think I'm so enlightened where I'm going to make it to godliness after death. Like,
yeah.
I'm definitely going to have to come back for another try.
Yeah, but next life, I hope, if I come back to Earth, I don't know, if you get lost under the way and got stuck in another planet.
Right.
I get always lost, so why should I not get lost when I die? So, the wrong direction, where am I?
Yeah. I do think I might make it to like a higher level, but I don't think I'm going to make it to the top yet.
No, we come back, I think, till we are ready for the highest level according to our vibrations, I think. But we can, I think being positive is already extremely important. Just, that's the most important. And all those low vibrations of the six sin, what I say is jealousy, is greed, is envy, is pride, lust, and
for a second, I thought it was me. Go ahead.
What is it? Lust, pride,
envy, greed.
Yeah. Vanity.
Gluttony.
And what?
Gluttony.
Yeah. So I forgot one. I don't know. Anyhow, if we can detach from those things, we're pretty good already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
we're so indoctrinated and entrenched in this crap. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Can you imagine, like the things that I know now? If I was taught that from birth, how different I would be. Like, it's so not fair.
It's true.
No.
Yeah, I'm the only. Yeah, my sister also, my younger sister, but I'm the only one in my family who is like, really are not conform. So. And it scares the hell out of my brothers and sisters. So last week was almost a big fight, but my brother defended me. But anyhow, just a simple idea. Say, why can you not just leave it in and just you don't have to agree, but don't fight it like that. You don't like killing me. You say, this is an idea, what I have.
Right.
That idea doesn't do you wrong. You don't have to agree with it, but at least you can look at that idea. But it was already too scary, and they're so conform. But of course they're conform because they're kind of, I'm the poorest one at home. So they're kind of wealthy. They all have good jobs and they have nice houses, but they drink a lot. So I said, they drink so much. I said, why do you drink? Why don't we have a little bit fun? It's okay, but they drink way too much. And then
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So say if you're so rich and so happy and so wealthy, then you don't need to drink. I said, I don't think it's good because they have their little illnesses because then. And but we have to die one day. So but you better know how you die. It's better because it's really alcohol. I mean, those kind of drugs it really lower down your vibration. It's really not good.
Oh, that's like
So,
even with me, like even back to working again. Like I don't understand how people do this. Like I really don't. Like it literally like feels like it just sucks my soul out. And like always on a clock and like it'll be 7 o'clock and I'll be like, oh no, I gotta finish this because I have to go to bed at 9 because I have to wake up at 3. And how do you live like that? Like how do people live like that for 40 years? Like I
yeah.
just I don't like I'm always like I'm fine being poor. I don't care. Like
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I never.
I can't do that. Yeah. Like
No.
even now, like I mean, I'm not gonna quit yet or anything, but and I do. I go from job to job because I can't do it. I don't understand how people do it. It's weird
No.
to me.
No, yeah, me too. I have strong Uranus and strong Jupiter, and I'm really free. I never could last longer in a job than 5 years. Not
Yeah. I
never. I
can't
said
do
no,
it.
and yeah, I can't do that. And then I took my foot, then I was gone, and then again a job, and yeah, the best job I had I was also like I was really doing what I was at in the morning. I was standing on the market for selling plants, like in the early market, and it stopped at noon. Then I had to go to a call center, and then in the evening I gave the dancing teaching. So that was for 5 years. I had 3 jobs, but it was so much fun. I had so much fun during.
Right.
So it didn't kill me because when you do it, it was
When you do
nice.
something that's
Oh,
fun, it's different.
it's different. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the call center, we had a very good team, so we made a lot of fun because the call center is quite pretty boring. But yeah, I needed a bit money, and anyhow, so I did that. But we had so much fun, so much fun. It was like we have here. So
Yeah.
anyhow, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't and I feel bad. Like people like they don't even get to live. Like I think of like my uncle and stuff and like he worked like 35, 40 years just to end up losing his house anyway. Like, ugh,
Oh,
like that's awful. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't I don't understand. Like I'd rather just not have things than,
yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, true. There is.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then oh, I know someone. I cannot deny he has such a boring job, extremely boring. He does do it for 40 years. Extreme. He has to make a kind of chemical composition for 40 years, the same chemical composition like this and this and this, and he can do that. I would die. I would drink it. Okay, this is enough.
That's
I cannot believe that people can do that. It was like the most boring, and he's boring actually. He's boring, but oh my god, I think he's autistic. In a way, I'm not meant in a way as, but like that's what he can do, and
Yeah.
he keeps to that.
Yeah. No, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know how people stay on a clock like that because like I
yeah,
already feel like it's already taken over my life and it's like
yeah,
yeah, I don't like it at all. It doesn't feel right to me at all.
yeah,
It's weird. And I can't
yeah.
believe society. I know we're really
That's
off topic, but
true.
our society should not people should not have to live like that. People should have to
Yeah,
work like 10, 20 hours a week. Really. That's it. That's all
yeah,
they should
true.
work. Yeah.
Actually, we should only work. I mean, if it's work we love to do, we can do it all the time.
Right.
But otherwise, we should only work, yeah, 4 hours a day or something. Or
Yeah.
like in the Ubuntu communities, it was 4 hours a week. Oh, I did it once in the Italian community. I was there. It was fun too. We only had to work 2 hours a day, and for the rest we were free. So I went hiking in the mountains. I went to the river. It was so much fun we had, and everybody did his job. So I mean, everybody we changed and everybody agreed, and then we were so free, and it was so
Yeah.
nice. It was, and
And when your workers are freer and have more I feel like they're more productive when they're working.
yeah, because we did very well our job because it was only 2 hours. So what
Right.
we had to do, it was extremely well done. And
Right.
it was more, that's actually my guru said, you better work 4 hours a day extremely well. And for the rest, you have to take time for your family, for having, being loving to your environment, to your children, to your wife, to your husband. You need to enjoy. It's actually your main task in life is to enjoy life, nothing else.
Right. Well, plus too, because I was gonna say that too, because that's another thing. But like I was a single mom and my one son has autism and like my family would be like looking down on me because I wasn't working. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I have children. like it's more important for me to teach them the right way and be there for them. Like, when in society did being a mother and taking care of your children
Yeah.
not like be unacceptable? You know what I mean? Or be
Yeah.
looked down on? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's so weird that we think that way
Yeah,
now.
imagine that's all brought. The ideas always, yeah, came in. It's really, it's like actually, it's the most basic in life um, is the love and the sharing, and it's actually the foundation of a healthy society. Is a loving society who takes time for their children,
Right.
their partner, and then the other rest is actually not even important with him. Yeah, you can. Yeah, she said, my guru said, you can work and have extremely a lot of success in yes, in your life, but you will not enter the kingdom of God. She said, that's not what God doesn't understand money. And if there
No.
is no, if there's no love in your life, you will go much more. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the
You
camel
can't go
thing.
to
Yeah,
heaven and buy a spot.
no,
He's
no,
not
you
gonna
can't do
take you
that. No, you
around the
cannot
world.
bring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're. Yeah, it's almost literally like you're dragged to the material you have. You cannot, it's small that keeps you down. So you cannot rise to that height. So it's like the rich cannot go yet. It's more difficult for the rich to give up their money than for a camel to go to the needle of an eye. It's true
Yeah.
because all those attachments, yeah, anyhow, but you can be rich if you're not attached, but then you share. I mean, it's not
Right.
like wrong, or it's not even bad. But if you're very creative, if you're not, you just are happy with what you can do, and then you just give away. You can give away if you're. I mean, that's what actually I think in the Native American society they did. The poor people were actually more. But helped by the others, because if they, yeah, could by some reason not provide for the family, the people were happy to give. I mean,
Right.
they didn't know the concept of money, so there was no corruption. They didn't know the concept of prison, so they had no criminals. They didn't have the concept of rules of law, so they people could follow the law of nature. All those kind of things. There was actually an anarchy. They only followed the law of nature.
Right.
So, and they did it with I mean, in wisdom, and there, of course, there were councils. I think the tribes, but there were the wise people who gave advice.
Right.
And that's it. There was never. I think they didn't push their wisdom on others, but it was a choice. So
Right.
because the people had to learn too, and if they didn't want to take it, okay, they learned through experience what is right or not right for them. So
Yeah, and there wasn't like punishment like there is
yeah,
for us. It was more like lessons, not
yeah, lessons.
yeah,
Yeah, if
not
somebody,
yeah.
yeah, if there was somebody who stole by or took things from others, then the lesson was he had to work for those people to help them. I think it was kind of a lesson. He had to be with that family and help them with other things. So like as so that the family could forgive him, that there is a back piece. Otherwise, there is you create tension, and you create family is angry at that person, and the person feels. The person feels not recognized or something. So the person, I think the person get the ability to show his creativity to the family, something like that. I don't. It was something actually. They had a very extremely good way to rule. I mean, to deal with people, nothing to rule. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
Okay. We've
and they
been
have to.
talking for a while.
Yeah, now we're totally gone off trail. That's typical Uranus. And yeah, Uranus. Yeah, maybe we can start. Yeah, let's say but yeah, people, but they work for there is not working is not wrong, but if you work for your passion, then everything gives their qualities to society, and they're happy to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well, that's why, like I said, like I hate even saying it because it sounds so crazy, but like, and she was talking about this morning, like the reptilian thing, right? Because it makes no sense. If your children are well raised and taken care of and raised in love, that benefits society. If everybody has what they need, that benefits society.
Yeah,
If
that's
people are
true.
educated, it benefits society. We do everything against the benefit of society. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, I swear I'm from another planet or or born in the wrong time. I don't know, because none of it, it's like every
It's
day of my life,
crazy.
I'm in a battle with reality. Like every day, I'm just like, this can't be real, right? This just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and it's true. Wealth comes with humility. That's like there. There's some people who just love what they're doing, and it's very simple, but they have enough, and they have another wealth. Not only, but sometimes it goes together. So sometimes they have a lot of money, but they have also the rhythm of love, of creativity, of everything. But it's not always like that. Yeah, and a lot of rich people who are parasites. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Uh, yeah, poor is doesn't mean that you have a good character. It's true, and it's not black white. It's not rich doesn't mean that you're bad.
You're bad, right?
And poor doesn't mean you're good. No, you have to have the discretion, because it can. I mean, you have to, if you think poor are good people, you might be for a surprise. Because I visited, if you visit the slumdogs in India. I mean, it's interesting, but you still have to be. Yeah, they are not all good. I mean, there's a lot of gangs in it and things like that, but they're also very creative people. They're different. They're good and they're bad, but that's also with rich people. So yeah, it's a little bit. We don't want to be black white. It's gray. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I came back this time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's like I just
we
want
have
to be
learned some
confused for the
lessons.
rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the thing this we need to be detached from. Yeah, that's it. So let's start with with the houses. We're going to do, and probably we'll go off trail again, but okay, that's doesn't matter.
I'm feeling better. That conversation was needed. Okay, because I would have cried halfway through.
It was kind of a nice structure, I thought. Yeah, I like to do that, but anyhow.
Okay.
Yeah, this is live show. It's not. Yeah.
No, we wouldn't be able to work a camera and edit stuff. Oh my God, are you kidding? You can barely stay online.
Yeah, true. So, okay, we start with the houses now, chart and house 1 and house. And you start with the signs. So I have a little bit of it, but
okay, I hate when I have to start. Okay, I'll start. So Uranus and Aries, right?
Yeah.
And Uranus takes a pretty long time to orbit, so a lot of times it's generational.
Yeah.
So like,
it is
5 to 10 year period, everybody born would have Uranus in the same side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. And it affects you personally differently by what planets it's aspecting and stuff like that. Okay. So Uranus in Aries is about independence, personal freedom. Your intuition is to break traditions of freedom and independence into your own personal identity and freedom. And you maybe believe in breaking inhibitions or taboos that are related to your bodily desires or inhibitions. And what else do I have?
Yeah. Also, they can be very resistant against conformity, like they. If they meet conformity, because Mars is also the planet of Aries, so those two together, I do it exactly my way. So they can be quite in a fight. So they can be the strong rebellions, because no, it's gonna be my way. Whatever you, But it's also fiercely they defend their own ideas in a fierce way.
Yeah, and it said you have flashes of intuition and you're a pioneer.
Yes, pioneer. They're the big inventors. And in the first house, that's also Aries' house, but in the first house, it is like, their behavior is a bit maybe for people strange. That could be the kid who wants his hair like ups like with a strange haircut or something, wants to go like that school, or he has a funny shirt on, or like the mother said, no, why are you doing that shirt on? No, mommy, I want to do it like this, like in the kid. And later on, you can, in the way they dress them, they're kind of specific, like a little bit extraordinary. And so they present them already like, I'm not like you. That could be in the look. Eh? And sometimes when it's on the cusp, really on the from the first house, just on the beginning, totally in the beginning, then it could be a kind of disabled man, that something is wrong with your body, because or a strange look, or like you people look at you, how does he or she look? It could be kind of this, a handicap could be also, because Uranus is totally apart. So the body is you have maybe a special kind of beauty what people don't see, like um, yeah, maybe you have a big nose, or maybe you have something really, totally,
like a mole or something.
that could be also, with it. But sometimes also an illness, a strange illness could be also. Okay, that's what Aries.
Yeah.
So people, if you have to
down.
look in, we can say, people, if you have your chart, you can look in your chart, and then you can see if that does apply to you. And so actually it's easy. If you have all your charts and you take it with you, you don't have to know the explanation. You only have to know how the planets are looking like, because then you can read your chart after a while, well, at least a little bit. So
let's see. Oh, and the book says that they can be abrupt, blunt, or radical in manner.
yes,
and often impulsive.
Iran, totally, and totally a lot of wimps, like in one, so they can change suddenly. You don't know wherever you are with such persons, whatever they want to do, they change all the time.
Okay.
So okay, that is Taurus, yeah.
All right. Just that they have good intuition with practical matters.
Yes.
Especially money.
Yeah.
They would be good in a job like such as like banking or real estate.
Yeah. They have actually, and they have a nose for the trends coming. So like maybe, it's not a good example. Maybe somebody already felt, okay, I think I'm gonna make masks, and then the COVID break out, and he sells his mask and he becomes a millionaire. It's like they feel what is popular in the future, but they have already in front. They know already. Okay, they feel the kind of where society is going, and they think this can make money, so that they take the risk. Nobody has done it yet. I'm going to take that risk. And most of the time, it's if it's in a good alignment with trines, and it's positive aligned with other planets, they can have a big success. So and also it means you can have extremely wealthy into, or extremely poor. It changes all the time. You never know what you're gonna get with Uranus in two.
Taurus, yeah.
Yeah, in Taurus, yeah. But
it also
they
says
always,
they can be very resourceful.
Yes.
And they're drawn to the natural world.
Yes. And I think, could be the probably very well connected to the earth. And maybe if they're healers, they could maybe feel the wisdom of Mother Earth, of nature, and they can do something with herbs or with kind of healing things.
Oh, I just realized, how there's like like almost like a comeback or revolution of like people learning about nature, and everybody goes hiking now, and
Yeah.
mushroom hunting's more popular and all that stuff, right? And herbalism and stuff is coming back.
Yeah.
Uranus is in Taurus.
Yeah, it's nature,
What
and
a
nature is coming
coincidence.
back.
Yeah,
So
that's
nature is
awesome.
winning. So like Gerard said, start with growing plants, start to know the plants in the nature. So in that way, if people feel this is more important now in this for our own savings and for Mother Earth actually, yeah,
Yeah.
and also the technology like. Instead of hard work, because it's hard work to farm, it's hard work, and with good technology, it's not, I mean, it's very light and very yeah, it's gonna be not as hard as it used to be, and it's a big help. So then it's actually a technology who helps Mother Earth to produce on its best, but without hurting Mother Earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's typical. And that's coming because he stay, how long will he stay there? 10 years? So within now, by 2030, if we're lucky, I mean, if people
If
are
we're
really, yeah,
here,
if
still
we're
here.
still here, we don't know. And yeah, but maybe the future generation after, there will be a nice harmony between ecosystems and technology.
Well, I think that's going to happen no matter what. Like,
Yeah,
if a lot of us survive, and because, I mean, I think
yeah.
a lot of us are going to die. I mean, I'm not special. I might not be one of them. So I think a lot of people are going to die. You know what I mean? I really do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And whether it's going to be like a war type thing or just a natural disaster or a combination of all of them,
It could
I
be.
think those that are left will be, like I said, like the meek and bring back the earth.
Yeah, true. And also, actually, now Uranus is in Taurus in two. I don't know, all those riots and all those extreme violence. It's also like kind of expressions we are not happy with ourselves, but House 2 is also I'm happy, I live according my values, so I'm peaceful. So I accept myself, I appreciate myself, but we are not allowed to do that in this society. So Uranus is really not happy. So that's maybe the riot. So it's a natural because when it cannot express um, Uranus like it should be, then it's gonna be violent, and then it's rebellion and revolution. That's the
Right.
violent way of expressing. So okay, we are not allowed to be ourselves. We will destroy. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, it'll be free no matter what it
yes,
takes. So if it can't be free in a good, nice way, it'll,
yeah.
there's some
Then we do
lightning
it in the
bolts
other
to be
way.
free in a
Yeah,
bad way. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, okay, yeah. Because we have nothing to lose. I mean, I think also we have nothing to lose. I have nothing, so why should I care about the others who don't share? And so we take it away. Yeah, that's yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's the yeah, and
You're
yeah,
so
but it will be
beautiful.
maybe yeah new.
Everybody's gonna die, and the world's gonna
Yeah,
burn, and there's
yeah.
gonna be riots. Yay!
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, just two choices, but okay. Okay, yeah. Anyhow, so
That's so funny.
yeah, but actually, but the creativity and the inventiveness from Uranus in two is actually we don't need money, we find other ways to survive. That is actually the meaning,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It
That is,
actually says in Taurus about they're very resourceful, like turning old things into new things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
they do.
and
They,
I do feel like, because like even like a lot of guys now have beards or grown beards, right? And girls are wearing like less makeup, and not
yeah,
like a lot
more
of more women are
natural.
accepting going gray and stuff like that. And I think it's almost like a renaissance,
Oh
like a
yeah,
more and more people are making hand soaps, and you know what I mean, like on Etsy and stuff like that. So I think we are going through like kind of a Renaissance period. It's just that, we're in the transformation era where there's still people stuck in the old ways and people trying to, get back to like new old ways, I guess you could say.
New old ways, yeah. Like that. The new renaissance from what is actually our grandmothers used to do, but in a way that it's maybe, for now.
Yeah.
And then also the pharmacy is going to die. I know it's going to be totally dying because nature is the best herb and the best medicine. The medicines of God can never be matched with medicine from human being. I mean, not now, surely not. Yeah, never probably, but surely now it's that's the time is done with pharmacy. That time is going to over. That's why they fight so hard. That's why people are waking up. Yeah.
And I think, more and more people are starting to realize it. And like, that might be one of the things that kills us too. Like we talk about plague, but we haven't really been hit with a plague yet. I think the plague might be, half of the population gets vaccinated and a lot of them die.
Yeah, and that is also technology in the wrong way. Yeah, that's the killing. That's the negative way. Yeah. Yeah, if that is the plague, if the people.
Oh, yeah. Depressing to say. Uranus was supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. Okay, no, it's creativity. Actually, it will come. It will come. Come on, we're going to the next one. No, it's nice. No, Uranus is clay bed. We can play in the mud in the
Yeah, we're making soaps and herbal medicines and
sauna. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh my God, I miss it. Sauna. Go back to a trip. Yeah. In nature, just nice. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And meditate.
Funny. That was funny. Because we're like, everybody's gonna die and vaccines.
Yeah. No, but Iran is also everything falls apart. It's like the tower who falls. The Tower of Babylon is falling. In the tarot, the tower is totally falling. All structures are dying. And Uranus said, okay, enough is enough. So anyhow.
And that's Pluto's job. And Pluto is transformation.
Yeah.
Like death and rebirth, transformation. I mean, it's other things, but that's what it does. And
it does, exactly.
And Pluto's in the house of Capricorn right now of society and social standing, and it's almost like, she's mad, like okay, this is terrible and we're gonna tear it all down and regrow something else.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I mean, it's kind of depressing, but it's kind of awesome too, because
it's awesome too. And Pluto brings everything to the surface. What is hidden behind all the secrets are revealed as Pluto. All the dirty secrets from the rulers are revealed. It's typical Pluto also in Capricorn, because now he says, okay, Pluto is coming. What are you doing? Oh, no, this is not right. Whistleblower here, whistleblower there. Everything gets on the surface. You cannot escape. It's like, okay, it's like in the awakening and with the spirituality. So actually the energy goes and we are going for the connection with the divine energy. And then also the Kundalini, because I mean, you cannot escape your fate, because everything, my guru said the Kundalini is like a recorder. All your life is recorded. So when you go to another realm, they read it. So you cannot go to a higher, a super high energy level. I mean, like more heavenly like, when you're, I mean, the energy is like still with all those black points, because all your life is actually recorded, what you did in life, kind of recorded. So you can never escape it, people. I mean, that's it. And and when it's everything, like, for example, when you totally gone amok, it destroys itself. It's not, I mean, it's so like, it's like we said, God punishes, but actually you punish yourself, because you do self-destruction.
Right.
So that's actually, we do ourselves.
so this you just reminded me of something I thought about before. But so like they say there's like debates that Thoth is holding a flute and not a pen, because he is the one that wrote your story down on the Tree of Life. And so like the Tree of Life, right? Like they show the roots and it goes up and goes like that.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of like the magnetic field and the auras that, you know what I mean? It's the same shape.
Yeah, it's same, yeah.
And then they have the debate about the flute or the pen. And so, and I remember I said before, like music, like we're in this orchestra because we're all energy vibrations and stuff.
Yes.
So like maybe each one of us is like a song, and that is our written down, everything we're written down, you know, like our life is written. And can't, because energy and vibrations don't disappear. So it's almost like we're like a song. Yeah, like each of our lives is a song that will be heard in the universe forever. I like that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything, yes, true. Anyhow,
Okay.
that's why we should, that's
I get
why
flighty.
we should go in thoughtless awareness where there is only divine inspiration. In that silence, everything gets renewed. And also your karma disappears. When you're totally enlightened, your karma is like, whoop, totally deleted.
Right.
So that's what you should. And then she said, then we can choose when we want to go be back on Earth, or we want to stay in that higher realm. But she said most people who want to help, so you go actually freely to Mother Earth to help to raise the humanity to again a free and loving society. But
That's Uranus actually too.
Yeah.
Uranus wants to free humanity.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. Okay. Now we go to Gemini.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to go first?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gemini is like, it's like it's about communication, about talking. So they in Uranus is they are extremely original. They are have opinions totally different from other people. They're quite intuitive. They know very
Intuitive.
intuitive to when to talk about something, when to not talk. So they feel immediately, okay, I should now, can I bring this up? Now I can't bring this up. And then also how to approach other people in the best way, so that they understand different people, totally different people, and they know how to deal with it if positive. And but on the other hand, they're extremely probably interested in technology, but their mind can be fragmented because there are 5 million interests they have, and they go from one thing to another. They can totally be chaotic in their mind. It could be.
Yeah, I actually had they could be into electricity, science, astrology. What was I going to say? Oh, and that it increases their mental power through intuitiveness, intuition, ingenuity.
That's it. And also house 3 is also a little bit about the company when you're young. So they have kind of eccentric friends and sometimes weird friends, or they are a little bit like different in school. Like they're the ones in school, like they have those. Yeah, they think about a little bit deeper, and they have those. They ask those questions, and so with the teachers is sometimes embarrassed. Could be also like, or doesn't know what to say, but it's like, just come out of them. But they could be extremely creative, and they could be, yeah, they, they have their world, and they like to sometimes, funny stories. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say they like to break through like traditions of like freedom. Like basically it's all freedom, right? So it's kind of like breaking traditions of like education, how you share ideas, communication, and what did I just say? I just saw something that made me want to. No, I don't know where it is. All right, never mind. Because I have a book here and notes here, and I'm trying to go back and forth.
Yeah,
And
no,
where
it's
I was.
also with me. Then the notes are everywhere, and I think, okay, I will just see what I find. Okay. So, yeah, they probably, and yeah, technology must be their interest, and yeah, there, yeah, this in house 3 is also the elementary school. So that's in elementary school. So those kids is kind of this child is kind of funny for other children because they have like those weird yeah, for them weird ideas. So it's like what they speak out or what they're talking about, it's like, oh wow, what is you thinking about? What is this all about? But it's actually quite interesting, and they make they make and invent things, and or they make stories up, like yeah, they really find. Okay, when I think about it, I think about King. How is it? The comedian King Sugar King. He finds the weird most things on wherever he finds. I don't know, but he brings it then out on. He
Yeah.
must have something Uranus in House 3, I think, because where did he find that? And he talks about it. So yeah. So I think that's what I find for House 3. Mhm.
Oh, that was the thing. They can they don't mind, like, they'll make friends with people that seem to be on the outside
Yeah.
of
No.
society. Yeah, they don't, yeah, I guess judge you or whatever,
Yeah.
and they actually kind of are more attracted to the people that aren't
Yes.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, they are those kind of friends. Yeah, they will
Yeah.
take up. They will take it up for them. They will fight for them. The people who are excluded. So yeah, yeah, because they want everybody is equal in their eyes. So everybody can be who he is. It's typical with Uranus in 3. So
Okay.
they don't mind that people are different. They actually they welcome it more. So yeah, that's about Gemini. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, for Cancer, I put that their intuition can be very accurate. Like, they have
Yeah.
very good intuition. And their emotional process of how they process their emotions are usually difficult for others to understand.
Yes.
And they when it comes to, like, family life and home life and parenting, they're I guess not very traditional in the
No.
sense of, like, they're more freedom, like, I
Yeah.
guess not like society standards,
Yeah. No.
but
Yeah.
they're
No.
good
No.
but they're good at it.
Yeah.
That
Yes. A
makes sense.
very good of it
Okay.
because they link to they feel how the child is and they will take the child like it is. So they will not follow the rules according to society. Do they have a strange child? They will not go to a doctor or whatever. They feel okay. No, this child is okay. I know I can handle. I mean, they just know how to deal with the uniqueness of their child. Many times in house 4, it's also that one parent is from another race. So it could be an Indian with a white man or white with a black one, or Australia with. I mean, they could be different race. So like they have two different races in or two different cultures. So
Cultures. Yeah.
cultures in yeah, parents. So they bring new ideas from different ideas from different cultures in their upbringing. So and yeah, they're very and also maybe they adopt also children like yeah from other continents. It could be also with Uranus in yeah. Sometimes it can mean that one of the parents is extremely yeah, it could be extremely yeah, what to say, different from other parents. Yeah, like you said, they have their own way. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And they have like they'll put say a higher importance on like a spiritual relationship or connection with people rather than blood. Like just how some people are like, it's my family no matter what, and then other people are like, more spiritual.
True.
They understand blood doesn't necessarily family.
Yeah, blood is not necessarily your family. It's more related to with like-minded people. So everybody is welcome in the house.
Yeah.
And they will take care. And could be also parents who are really working for humanitarian causes. So maybe they travel to countries and try to bring their ideas there or something. Could be also something like of having children from other cultures and raising them, or taking care of children who have no parents anymore. Could be also something like that. So a different, because of, or could, if you have it in your chart, if you could feel like I'm the different swan in the tribe. However, I'm the weird duck in the tribe. Could be
the
if
black
you have it
sheep.
by yourself, So you don't feel like really fit in your family. Could be also something like that. In 4.
Okay. Am I here? Okay.
Yeah,
My battery
I hear
just
you.
clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also could sometimes there's always Uranus is also with sudden changes. So, and house 4 is about also the house where you're living, where you live. So sometimes then you might have to move unexpectedly. That could happen with Uranus in 4, like, or you feel all the time like moving. Oh no, I want to have change again. I want to have change again. Um, I think I know someone from my last 2 jobs, 3 jobs ago. It was someone, and she changed every 2 years whole her house. New furniture, new painting, everything. But that's then kind of and she had Uranus in Forest, so like always changing, never. It's difficult to settle down. Could be also a bit, gypsy mind. I don't know. It's not more Neptunus. It's more gypsy like, but could be. Yeah. What do you think? Shaved heads? No. Whether you have hair or not hair doesn't matter. Meditation is an inner work. It doesn't relate to your outward looks. So, however if you have a lot of hair or no hair, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with your meditation. The meditation is more like if you can focus and can wander around, try to calm down your thoughts, your emotions, so that they're actually out of the way, and then you can rise higher in your in higher realms. But your hair doesn't block it, and bald head, it doesn't. It has nothing to do. Just the answer to that question. So, because I know the Krishnas, they have the shave their head, or some Buddhas, and they have the tail, that is like imitation from an outside, but the outside doesn't help the inside in that way that a shaved head doesn't help you with your meditation. Looking like the deities or like Krishna or something doesn't make you become Krishna. Looking like Christ or walking like Christ doesn't make you Christ. It has nothing to do with that's actually the outward things are not important. You should the detachment from outward things is important. You can do whatever you want, but that should not affect you. It's the inward focus on trying to get yourself out of the way. That's the best thing. I think Jonathan mentioned it once for having good meditation. So that was about the question there.
Okay. Also, like I know with Native Americans, they believe that your hair holds memories.
Yeah.
And they usually only cut it when like it's a death of a loved one, like a close relative or something. And the Virils believe that their hair picks up antennas and stuff. Like almost like an antenna, it was like a sixth sense or whatever.
Oh yeah, like those Vril ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
yeah, they can maybe pick up something. Yeah, in India they do it because the memory is also in the air. In the Indian they do it when the child is 2 years old. They shave the head of the child because they want the child be ready for this life and not attached to the life before, because they believe till you're 3 years old your life before has a big still a big influence in this life. So like,
okay.
and they shave the head from 2 years children, and then but my guru says the outward things doesn't help you. You have to focus inside.
Inside, right.
Yeah. So it could be symbolic, it's okay, but it's not, that is not what it is doing the job, she says.
Oh no, yeah, I
It's,
agree.
it's yeah.
Although I do think it gives you, well, because there was this study done that so I think it was World War II or Vietnam,
Yeah.
one of them. They went, because Native Americans were like really good at survival skills and things
Yes.
like that. They recruited a bunch of them, and so when they tested them out, right, they said that they scored off the charts. They beat everybody in the testing. Like they would just for somehow be able to find the enemy, like had an intuition, and
Yeah.
like when enemies would be sneaking up on them at night, they would wake up before it happened and knew. And then when they gave them all the standard military haircuts, their scores dropped and they just became
Oh wow.
average.
Yeah, and there
And
must be
there was
something
actually
to it.
a military study about
Yeah, but
that.
then it's probably true. Then I have to look it up because um yeah,
That's weird, right?
that's, yeah, but it's good. I mean, yeah, hair, yeah. I have to look it up then, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I said I want to find it, how what she then said, because yeah, maybe I missed something too, but I believe that, yeah,
Yeah, and then
hair and long
Samson,
hair.
and remember the story of Samson? Once he cut off his hair, he
Oh
lost his
yeah, true. He
strength.
lost his power. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna have to
I
write
don't,
it down.
I know it's weird, but right? Yeah, there
Yeah,
has
it's
to
true.
be
He lost
something with
his
hair.
power. He lost his power. Yeah,
Because
they're
there was
gonna.
another story too, because begins with a B, but something about a queen and cutting off a lock of her hair or something, and it's a constellation in the sky.
Mhm.
I forget what it's
Ah,
called now. But yeah, so there's all kinds of stories about hair for some reason.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna look
I
it
don't
up
know what it
again. Yeah.
means, but yeah.
No, but probably that's true. If that is that, if the study says that, then it is probably.
Isn't
So
that weird?
it's
Yeah.
weird, yes. Could be also a
Yeah.
little bit placebo effect, because if they give so much importance to the hair and they cut the hair off, they might
Yeah.
a little bit both, I think, but probably it is true because yeah, those frail ladies they had hair till their feet, so there must be something from it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but there's
yeah.
there's
So
all kinds of stories about hair, so I don't know.
yeah. Anyhow, yeah, yeah.
That's why I refuse
So
mine.
okay,
I
yeah,
need
the
all the help
hair.
I can get.
Yeah, but that's probably, yeah, it must be something with hair for sure. Yeah, but it is, yeah, it's also, yeah, hair is does do a lot, hair actually. Without hair, no hair. Like yeah. Um I think yeah, I lost it. Never mind. Go to the other house.
All right.
Uh,
We're at Leo.
mhm.
Oh, me?
Sounds
Yeah.
real anti-boldness. I read. No, I'm not anti-boldness but because I say it's inner job. It's an inner job. It's not. But probably hair has a kind of importance. But yeah, it protects you. I mean, what in just normally, if it's cold, I think hair protects actually your skull from cold and heat, I think. But that should Jira should know, or people who are bold, how it feels in a hot summer. If
Mm.
they if it's difficult or when it's really cold. So when, yeah.
We
I
should
think
bring
that
on
makes.
Gerard and compare notes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you should tell. You should tell. And if it's yeah, I think it protects, gives us in the winter, protects us a little bit. I think against the cold, and in the summer against too much heat from the sun. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been single a long time, so I don't shave in the winter.
Yeah, yeah. I lose a lot of hair, but still have hair. But yeah.
I go skunk ape in the winter. Where's Beaufont? He would get that one. That was for
Yeah,
Beaufont.
yeah,
He calls me skunk ape.
yeah. Samson and Delilah. Yeah. I have to find, because my guru said something about Samson and Delilah. I have to find it, what she said about it. But oh yeah, I can look it up. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and
next
like,
time.
oh, Bernice. Bernice? Is that it? Bernice's hair? I forget the story, but I read I read about it in when I was looking up the constellations. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's something about Bernice's hair. And she cut it off for some reason. I don't remember, but yeah, there's all kinds of stories in mythology about hair, so I don't know what it means.
yeah,
But
yeah. It must have an importance too.
yeah.
Anyhow, but
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of wow. Yeah. But it's also the power of a woman is hair a lot. I mean, hair is beauty. Yeah.
We're discriminating.
Barbaric and criminal. No, 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 no. So, yeah, your hair has, yeah. When you
Sorry.
see, so they have yeah, my Leo moon, yeah, Leo, yeah, hair is related to to the Leo. Leo, they have like,
Yeah.
I used to have such thick hair, I lost it so much, but then yeah, I used to have much more thicker hair. But yeah, hair does do something. It has a kind of yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
power
don't know what it
in
does,
a
but
way.
yeah.
Mhm. Um,
And
but
Medusa's
it can.
hair with snakes and turned you into stone. Yeah, there's lots.
Yeah, that's Andromeda. Andromeda. She had those snakes from the Greek mythology,
Yeah,
and when you looked at her, you were not supposed to look at her. So
yeah.
because then somebody had to defeat her,
Perseus.
and then he was smart. I think who was Hercules?
Perseus.
Perseus, and he kept a mirror for herself, so she destroyed herself. Then was it not something like that? Because if you looked at her, you died,
Right.
but obviously you changed in stones. So and he was clever. He thought, okay, I take a mirror. Then she looks at herself. So and then I think
Yeah.
she got destroyed. And
Yeah, he cut off her head.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you know how Medusa became Medusa? She was like really beautiful. And I don't remember if it was, what's the other one with the war? Not Athena.
Athena, Diana? No.
No. Is it
Um,
Athena?
is a goddess or a god?
It's a goddess. Well,
A goddess.
whatever. She was with,
Hera, Athena, Diana, who else?
maybe it was Athena. I can't remember, but she was
Athena
with,
is the god of war also. She
okay,
has
all
the
right, then it
shield.
was
Yeah.
her. So she was with, I think it was her, but she was with Poseidon, and Poseidon cheated on her with Medusa. So why do women do this to each other? It's awful.
Yes,
So
awful, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she turned her into a Gorgon, Medusa,
Ah,
because
yeah.
to punish her for her beauty, for her. And like, why wouldn't you punish the dude that couldn't control himself? Why are you punishing the girl for
The
being
women.
beautiful?
That's what
Yeah,
women do sometimes. Instead of sticking to the sisters, then they
right.
betray each other. And that's more. I think that women do that more than men. I think men are more for protecting the brothers. So they say,
Yeah,
okay, they withdraw and they see they want the same girl. But women, they fight and they will do everything to bring down the other women instead of just, I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Instead of accepting what is not meant for you is not meant for you, and then otherwise you have three unhappy persons, because if that happens, they're the power of the dominating woman or of the more dominating one, they can take in a man for themselves with their tricks, although the man loves somebody else, but then he's get totally confused by the tricks of the women. But then, and the women tricks that man and claims that man, and so they stick together. But nor he is happy, nor actually she is happy because she has the man to love, and the other
Right.
woman is sad too, who actually was meant for that man. So then there's just misery. So
Yeah.
that is also why don't you trust yourself? I mean, why don't you trust that the one is for you, meant it will come to you whenever the time is there, late
Right.
or young, or maybe, yeah, yeah. Of course, men can be assholes too, but I think in relationships, in love affairs, I think, yeah, maybe now everybody might be in this destructive society. It's
Yeah.
it's like, but yeah, I had more troubles with women.
Yeah, me
I
too.
2 times or 3 times, and I'm not strong enough because I think if you don't, I had to think, if you don't want to be with me, then go. I mean, I'm not fighting for you. I didn't ever fought for my love.
Right.
I think if you go with that lady, then you go with that lady. Why should I fight for you? If you,
Right.
what's the use of it? I cannot claim you. I can because I'm a free person. I say, I want to leave you free, and I need to want someone to trust. If I'm I mean, I'm always faithful. I'm never cheat. I never did cheat. I'm faithful, and but if they cheat and say no, then they can go. I'm done. I'm done. I don't need. And when we cheat, they can go. I don't. Yeah, in that case, my Scorpio nature, like Scorpio ascendant, is working. It says it's hard to forgive. Women are
The
from Venus,
Courtney's
and men.
comment.
That's a good one. Anyhow,
Yeah.
so you have to leave. I mean, sister. That's also Uranus sisterhood. Okay, I'm free. You're free. But what is meant for you is meant for you. And because there's so much confusion, people don't know it anymore. That's why there's all trouble in a relationship and everywhere in society. Everything is actually on its worst. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
And
that's
then that's
why
what
we
I was.
made.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's why our choices are miserable. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, feminine, masculine Kali Yuga. Yes, it's an imbalance. Yeah,
Yeah, I actually. Oh, I think bring up the girl group. There's always a girl group, right? But so I've been reading the Heart of Tantric Sex, right? And it's actually really
yeah.
good, right? Because it actually tells you what
That's
to learn yourself first, not physically, literally,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. No,
who you
yeah, it's
are.
true. You have to know your own
Yeah,
feminine side. Yeah,
yeah, and you
who
have to
you
know
are.
yourself first, right? Well, I mean, men can read it too, right?
Yeah, yeah. True is for
So you have to
everybody.
know yourself. The polarity between masculine and feminine, right?
Yeah,
And
and they
then
have to come together. Yeah,
right, and then the Hermetica, it there's a passage about how everything has masculine and feminine, and the masculine has feminine in them, and the feminine has masculine in
yeah.
them, and
True.
right, and you have to work together to have like beautiful
Yeah,
beauty or
yeah, and
peace on earth.
yeah, and if the inner marriage is okay, like the masculine and the feminine is reunited, then you meet your partner outside. That's what my
Right,
doc, my homeopathy said. Man as if somebody else. Yeah. And what about marriage? Yes, marriage is inside. When when inside is done, outside the partner is coming. You don't have to do anything for it. So he said, chasing after men or chasing after women is a joyless pursuit because you're looking for something if you don't know yourself.
yeah,
What's the use? Yeah.
and Leo's kind of like the chase. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
I
but
know,
yeah,
I hate
kind
it.
of
Not
course, there
right.
must be an initiative. Like, I mean, it's not like, yeah,
No, because you
but
gotta
then I
realize
mean,
when somebody's not showing up. Because if someone really likes you, they're gonna show up. They're gonna show effort or attention. You know what I mean? You gotta learn to when to be like, okay, they're not showing me attention.
yeah, yeah, sure. Uh,
Oh, but
anyhow,
yeah, what I was saying real quick though about the masculine, right? Because I was thinking about it, right? Because we've been in a patriarchy, right?
yeah,
And then and we keep talking about like, oh, the matriarchy and blah 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 and Mother Earth or whatever. But that wouldn't work either. It can't be one or the other. It has to be. a cooperative effort between the two. It has to, like, everything in life has a feminine and masculine, and
that's
when
why
you're out of
wise
balance,
leaders.
it don't work. You have to have a balance.
Yeah, that's why actually the Native Americans, I find they have those men can be very feminine. I mean, I find that typical for Native people, and those women have a nice, strong masculinity in them. So they have more balanced, or they used to be very balanced because they have that wisdom from the digging in their deep roots of intuition and their spirituality. So they have a strong femininity, but they were also strong masculine. So they had both strong. I mean, the masculinity was, of course, ruling over the femininity, and more or less they were in balance. But the masculine is more exposed as men. They needed to use it, but they had their power from their feminine. Their really wisdom came from the feminine side. Yeah, balance. Yeah, balance.
I'm missing
So
a good
if you're totally
conversation
in
there.
balance, yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, it has to be balanced. It can't be one or the other. And then I think it was Christ, actually. Crystal. I hate calling her Christ. I think it was her posted a meme or something, and I really liked it, about how some of the most feminine women have a very masculine soul, and then some of the most masculine men have a very feminine soul. I really like that.
That's wonderful, and I think it's true, because then they're the most attractive also. I mean, because they're in balance. Yeah, those they. I think that's So I mean, that's what about. That's actually more suitable for Uranus in 7. But okay, in 5 is we're going to 5 is Uranus in, like you said, Tantra. I mean, kind of. But then the good, I mean the right tantra, because there is also tantra misused as extremely sexual perversion, and that is not the real tantra. The tantra
that's
is
not tantra. Yeah.
No, but they misused it, because everything what is actually has the good intentions in Kali Yuga is always twisted in perversion. So
no, it's actually about a connection. It's not about I mean, I'm only a couple chapters in, but I mean, I've never practiced it.
It's
reading about it.
No, if the woman is clumsy, she should find the clumsy man. No, that's outward, Courtney. Then she should find a tidy man. Most of the time, you have the opposite in outward behavior, so you can learn from each other. But here is a couple. One is extremely tidy and structured, and the other one is like, whoop, everything is flying in the room, clothes there, books there, everything. But there's a couple, and they have to learn from each other, and you have to overcome your irritation for the different. Because your partner is different, but then the partner goes, okay, I'm really a little bit too clumsy or whatever, too untidy. So she learns to be a bit tighter, and he is too extreme strict with tidiness. So he becomes a bit looser. So that's also coming together in outward behavior, so that extremes disappear. So I think, and that was in house 5. What do I see?
Okay, go ahead. You can start.
Okay, actually, that was with sexuality must be very strong, and they're attracted everybody. Like also Uranus is friends is very important. So with Uranus in 5, so many times your partner is more your friend than like is already a friend and then becomes a partner, or is a partner and friend and everything together. So because some people I have my friends and I have my husband, or I have my friends and I have my wife, but actually in Uranus, the friendship is also very, very important in life, in your love life. So they also like inequality. But they're and in 5 it's very original. They're determined. I see here they have a natural prevalence. There is Leo and You
natural
cannot
predator.
look, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you cannot look next to them. Leo is Leo, and you look at to them. Um,
I have they don't usually follow trends. They'll start a trend, but they won't
yeah,
follow a trend. They have to follow their uniqueness.
yes,
Um, and that they will follow their passions and intuitions.
yes, I do.
Yeah. And and that their ideas about love, dating, romance can be progressive and a little different than the usual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. They could find like a very eccentric partner, and maybe yeah, they're not like the traditional rules. It's
No.
like that's, and also in Seven, it's like, and everybody, they give each other the space. Like, yeah, there's some famous. Which one? What did I say? Oh, I saw them. I saw a good movie about. Did you see the movie Lost Island? The Lost City of Zed. The Lost City of Zed. It's
About the explorer
yes.
trying to find it. Yeah, I seen a little bit and fell asleep. I know what I
Yeah, and then was the relationship was very nice because she was a very progressive woman in that time,
mean.
and he let her be, and yeah, and he wasn't looking for and then he was a very progressive man because he said he respected the natives like South Americans, and yeah, and he didn't keep, if he was said, why do you keep them as slave? Anyhow, you were very free, but they were very free minded, both men and women. So that's kind of a Aquarius marriage. You leave the people like the partner like who he is, and you actually help them to develop more themselves. That's
Right.
kind of yeah, something. Yeah, and yeah, they can be fascinating actors, very original. I don't know who was Robin Williams. He was extremely, I mean, I liked him very much as actor, but he was extremely okay. Uranus was meant to be open. Okay, there we go again. Oh, he was
Yeah.
extremely original. Yeah.
Oh, that was the bad one. It's really bad. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, there we
I got
go. Is it?
there.
There we go. Am I?
I was trying to let it go, but that was terrible. Okay, moving on. That was a bad
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Okay. Let's moving on. Yeah. I can. Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, stop putting really bad. We're trying to let positive thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. True. We have
negative.
to
I
have
don't want
positive.
to.
And I know
Yeah,
this
see
is.
that in my head. I already
Uh,
told you don't want to see half the thoughts that
yeah. Yeah. True.
go. Don't give me visions. Ugh.
No. 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 Okay. Rules have to be broken. That's actually
Yeah,
exactly what Uranus is.
rules.
Yeah.
That's a bad rule. Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that was the comment of the year. Gerard wins that comment.
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, okay. And then Christ said, okay, Coco, okay, okay, you're not going down. But my throat is hurting. I cannot love that. I need to spare my throat a bit. Oh, there we go
There
again.
you go with the corn. Oh,
Um,
okay. You're giving me all kinds
okay.
of bad ideas here.
Yes.
Yeah, and not like good bad ideas, like gross ideas.
No.
Let's
No,
move
Uranus
on.
is, yeah, they do it differently.
Phew. I knew it would happen. It was Uranus.
Yeah, that was okay. That was in 5. Let's go. Past 5. Come on. Now we're coming
Okay,
to the
let's move on. Yeah.
number 6.
Here we
Okay.
go. Yeah, I know. Here comes Jonathan. Oh, that was bad. I got your
Oh.
Oh, stop. I'm not reading the comments anymore. Luca, look at you.
We go.
I'm not reading the comments. I'm just gonna stare at the screen. Okay, Virgo.
No, we go into number
Together.
6. Virgo. So please keep Uranus aside.
Keep Uranus to yourself.
Yeah, okay. We are a Virgo. Respect Virgos. They're very important, you know. Okay. Okay. In Virgo, they have an extremely. In Virgo, they have yeah. They have extremely. Yeah, it's true, Tiana. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna not to read it. I have to read it. Can't read the comments.
I know. Experience teaches, bro, Lori.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, go. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But they are the scientists in with Uranus in Virgo. they 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 have
It's all for science.
they go for science, but they are maybe the doctors who have new ideas, the scientists who have different ideas. They look
About
different.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, and they have the tendency, the scientists with Uranus and Virgo have the tendency to go into contramine with conform science. So they are the one who are original. I mean, they have the new inventions. They do reals. They do not science, but they do science. Could be something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, like, new methods for getting things done, especially when it comes to health.
Yeah.
Insightful, but have trouble trusting their intuition.
Yeah.
And they can be impatient with menial or mundane, boring tasks. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah, they hate dullness. They are the people in the job who bring some vibrant new ideas because House 6 is also job. And in health, House 6 is also about health. So they are the ones who are attracted to heal other healers than just conservative doctors. So they go to healers like herbalist or homeopathy or Ayurveda or whatever. So they do it. They go different ways. My father, he had Uranus, I think in 6, because he was actually conformed, no, he was Aquarius. He was not so conformed, and he said, "Oh yeah, actually I should go to the doctor." And he always met when with the sickness because he got rare sicknesses, and then he always met by coincidence, maybe not by coincidence, a totally different doctor, and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna try that," and he always healed. And I was like, wow, where does he meet those people? He always meet really special people. It was actually quite interesting. Maybe that's why, I have maybe from him my interest in, totally different ways of healing and food, because he was not busy with it, but when he needed it, it was there. So, anyhow, that's what I have. And yeah. So anyhow, and then then I also in house 6 they can be moody from temper because it's also you're healthy, so that change easily. They might also change a lot of from jobs, and they have a different way to run their household. They have not a conform, not routine like they have totally. Like in daily life, how 6 is all daily life. How do you run your daily life? They do it totally different than other people. They have their when they feel like when they follow their intuition. So It's different. They find new ways to do the household in a more original way, more in a fun way, more efficient in a more efficient way, and yeah, like the
Yeah.
cleaning ladies who have extra ideas how to clean things. It's also house six.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
they could work in a like a scattered fashion, but there's a method to their madness. They have a logic, and they'll get it done and accomplished, whatever the task is.
yeah, they do. They get it done in their way. Yeah.
Wait, say something bad. Okay, because they were all talking about Uranus, and I don't know why, but I was gonna say, knock it off, guys. We're doing astrology. Get it? Astrology.
Yeah, and astrology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
astrology. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
laugh at my own jokes.
Oh my God. And now we're going to house 7.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Anyhow, oh my God, there must be another group with I don't know. That's for the
And I
adults
know.
above. Yeah.
They are
Uh,
very, very weirdly, strangely fascinated with buttholes. That's all I got.
yeah, astral. Yeah, or well, they're trolling us always with Uranus.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need your.
Get it together, people. This is higher thinking.
Yeah, let's go.
Get your notebooks out of here.
Otherwise you will be caught by the Nagas, and you won't
Yeah.
like their Uranus.
Yeah. You're not going to let no Nagas up your
Okay. Anyhow.
All right.
Okay.
Just back
Yeah.
together.
So in Libra, it's that's the partnership. So with in house 7, it means like you have you're attracted to like weird, sometimes eccentric people, sometimes weird people, original people, geniuses, kind of all kind of people who are not like just normal just as normal society will tell. Uh, and okay.
Yeah, I was going to say they because well, one of the things I read, it was all about like Uranus is for freedom. So freedom, oh, this is gonna get rough. Um, so it's about like kind of breaking the traditions of
Yes.
you know what I mean, like being free in certain areas, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Totally different marriage than normal marriage. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it was like in Libra, it was almost like breaking the traditions of what we think of as relationships,
Yeah.
or the taboos about, you know, and a lot of
Yes.
times they'll have a relationship that seems, I guess, eccentric or on the edge,
Yes.
but it's really just I guess an evolution of what
Yes.
they think a relationship is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like they have. There's some famous. I think was the writer George. I don't know George. I think Jonathan needs to help me. The French writer George. Yeah, her name was Georgia, and then something else. She had this really special bond with her partner, and that like totally different from society rules. But yeah, is Jonathan still there? And you probably know the writer. He was a kind of famous writer. Maybe you know it too, but I can George Sand, I think Sand, George Sand. Anyhow, um, okay, they have special feeling for a special beauty, a special. They attract they have attractions not to to the casual people, but really special people. It's their attraction, and they leave each other free. Um,
Just
um,
don't pay attention. Just don't
yeah,
pay
and hopefully not
attention.
at the wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Something about
yeah,
Uranus at the wrong time. Um,
yeah.
and I put they have it into I want to say intuition or intuitive, but that. Like they're very to bring in balance to a situation. They have a good knack. I don't know. Inclination. Maybe inclination.
Yeah, inclination, and they
can bring in objectivity to a situation.
Yes.
To
Yeah,
kind of
they're like
balance it out.
friends in partnership. They're like friends. They're not actually too emotional. They can see from above the situation. They
Or from both
they will
sides.
speak it. Yeah, they will speak it out, and they can leave each other easily free. Yeah, George's Sand. Yes, Jonathan, that's it. George's Sand. She had a kind of a very strange. I mean, a non-conform marriage or partnership. I don't know if she was even married. Anyhow, that's
like I would like to get married one day, but it would never be like what people think of marriage today ever. Like my idea of marriage is totally different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Many times I think, I think my first romance, I think I had a lot for the natives. That's so okay, I want to marry a native guy when I was very young, and then with a nice Indian dress and the drums and things like that. I had also those kind of fantasies.
Yeah.
Then in Hawaii, then in India. Oh my God! Never traditional. I did never marry, but anyhow, I was never visualizing I don't like the white wedding. I don't like white wedding dresses. I find them really I never liked them. I never find them beautiful. I like more the typical traditional dresses. It's much more powerful than the stupid white dress. I mean, I find there's no power in it. There is no power in white. I mean, it's
I never liked the diamond ring. I always thought that was everybody gets a diamond ring. Like I wanted something different, like amber, or you know what I mean? Like something real. Like diamonds are real.
What is the stone for? Yeah. Actually, what is the stone? I didn't. Yeah. Stone, I think for love is it which stone is it for relationships? You'd better have that kind of stone, actually.
Yeah.
When you is it not rose quartz? I don't know.
I was just gonna say I think it might be rose quartz, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Instead of diamond.
Something different. Yeah. I never was attracted to the diamond thing.
Yeah, no, I never was. Yeah.
No. I pictured 10 people in the woods with deers and bunnies showing up. Real weird.
I was once invited to a marriage, like a Celtic marriage. So one of friends, and I didn't see that lady much, but she liked me. Say, I want you to come to my marriage. Say, but are you sure? Because I maybe met her a few times and I talked to her and it was interesting. And she had a nice, beautiful dress, and she had all red of flowers in her hair. It was very beautiful, and the beautiful dress, and her man too. And then they just did some kind of ritual with Mother Nature. Yeah. And then they picked some flowers, and they made a kind of flower bouquet, but a very nice one. And then in the end, she threw it in the public, and it fell on me, literally. That fell on me. But I think, and everybody say, you're the next one. It was a long time ago. I say, that's a long time. This is the next one never came. I said, but it was a nice marriage. It was beautiful. It was I liked the Celtic marriage. It was in the south, and against those stones, the dolms, how you call them? So the big stones. There's a place in the south of Belgium where you have a lot of places with not Stonehenge, but some places are like that also in Belgium, and they married in a kind of circle there. Anyhow, it was nice. It was a fun marriage.
Yeah, I like, and I like the kind of Viking thing where your hands, you hold a sword. It's usually the woman's father's sword, and then they tie them together. I like that too.
Yeah, and in India they tie the hands on each other and they go around fire, and then they have to stamp the fire. Then they have the people you are most related to. No, the husband put the hands. Yeah, the women has the hand. No, the husband has the hand down. Then it's the women's hand, and then it's the hand I did for one couple. from the trusted person. And then I had to pour water over them so that you are actually connected to them, and you feel the energy from those people. And then you have to promise actually that you are the kind of a nourishing women, or I was women, for that couple. So if they need help, that you are like there, like
Oh,
so
that's nice.
that's very beautiful. And I still
Yeah.
it was very, and then I had the sari, Indian dress. Like I like very much saris. It's very beautiful, very elegant, and it was very beautiful. And the bride is actually totally decorated. But there's a symbolic. It's not like glitter and glamour. That's how we see
Right.
it. But every jewel has a symbol. It's a symbol. It's
Right.
not meant as, oh, look how much gold I have, or look, it's symbolic. It's very beautiful. It's about doing the symbolic of marriage. And it's very nice. It's very nice, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
and
I'm
it's
plain. I'm like bark. I want like trees. I like simple. I don't
yeah,
like
do a
all that
Viking.
flash and
Yeah.
flare and yeah, no, I don't
Yeah,
at all.
and it's actually the inner bond is most important.
Right.
Actually, um, uh, the marriage is more important than the wedding. And some people make like a wedding, like they have to pay 5 years for their wedding, but by the
That's
by the end of
ridiculous. You
the
can
five
afford
years,
a
they're
house.
divorced. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That's
divorced.
insane.
It's insane, but they do those
I
marriages happen.
know.
But then on the end of the 5 years, they're divorced. It's crazy. Everything for the
They didn't
wedding
even pay
day.
the wedding off yet and they got divorced. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. But that's a craziness. So yeah, actually, yeah. Then maybe they learned their lesson. It's not about the wedding. It's about
No.
the commitment.
I just wanted to say, right? And you know what? I love him for this because it was Christian, right? Like I was born and raised Catholic, but when I was like 15, I started going to Pentecostal church, like the ones that believe in speaking in tongues and you pray and you
Yeah.
shout and stuff. And so we had, and on Sundays it was Bible study, and we were teenagers, so we had this brother Gary, and marriage came up one day or something, and I love this because he was the first one that kind of, I guess, sparked that marriage isn't what we're told kind of thing,
Yeah.
because he said that even back then he said there's nothing in the Bible about having to go to the government or
Yeah, true. My guru says
file.
that all the government has nothing to do with you. You two,
Right.
you're crazy.
Right.
You get extremely bad vibes when you marry for the government.
Yeah.
That you have to get rid of that during the first year, she said. That's really true. I mean, I laugh now with it, but you should never marry, not for a priest either, because he gives you. You should marry only with you two for God. That's all.
Yes, that's exactly what he said. He said all it says in the Bible, I forget where, but something about it's like a contract between you and that person in front of God. It's nothing else. Nobody else even has to be there.
Yeah.
Like it's
No.
just it's a promise between you two and God. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love him for that because he gave me
Yeah,
a verse.
that is actually true. It should be like that, but it has become, and then it should be, and then it can be celebrated because then you had the holy marriage, and then you have reason to celebrate, but not for a stupid church and not for for all
Right.
those government things. There's nothing to do with it because they take away your uniqueness. So and you're more protected. You're actually more
Yeah.
protected if you marry. If your marriage is really meant. What did you say? How many?
How many husbands would you?
No,
Apparently none.
none. I did.
It's gonna be an
Okay.
old wicked
Anyhow,
cabin somewhere. Talking to
so many.
trees.
Yeah, maybe if you find. I think if you really, you have to feel it. I think. Yeah. Anyhow,
Yeah.
you have to feel it, and you have to, and yeah. And you have to be ready for it. You have to be cleansed. Yes, you said that you have to be cleansed in many ways. All the bonds with the past, all the bonds which you have to, and then it will work out better because, you don't bring your past with your marriage. She said to people who
No.
married for the second time or something. So don't talk about your partners before you had, because you're not, she or he is not the same person. So when you could start talking too much about your last love lives, that's the beginning of a bad marriage. She said, forget it. If you're not ready for a new marriage, then don't marry. She said it's very important not to bring up old partners when you marry for a second time. So you have to you have to cleanse that before you marry a new husband or a new wife, I think. And then and and because then you can see the person as he is, you don't project your difficulties from your partner on the other person, and other way versa. Then you so you need to be cleansed totally from from everything before you commit yourself to another person. And then you have to don't put an image in your head. I mean, so it's like he is like this or she is like that, but let unfold the women or the man before your eyes, bring the best out. That's also the way you can deal better with unexpected irritations, like, oh, are you like this, or is she like this, or I didn't expect that. But if you accept it, difficult behavior just vanish. But if you fight against it, it gets stronger. So anyhow,
Yeah, and
that is
listen,
what
just
she.
real quick, I think
Yeah,
too, like
sorry.
everybody goes on their, it's kind of like two lives sharing one life, right? If
Yes.
that makes sense, right? And so no matter what, that person has to be an individual. If you really love that person, you would want them to be an individual, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of almost like you can't force, you know what I mean? Like even if it's difficult, you have to kind of step back and let that person work through it
Yes.
themselves, whatever they're
Exactly.
right. You know what I mean?
And you have to be
And then
the
you have to
silence.
look at yourself like, why is that irritating me? You know
Yes.
what I mean?
And you have to be
So
actually the silent support, because you commit yourself to that person. But you have to be, if the one is going through a difficult time, you have to be, she said, my God, the silent support. You have to give love. Whatever you like it or not, you have to give love.
mhm.
And you give him space, or she gives him space and he gives her space. And it works out fine. And don't think what he should or she should do, because then the best can come up. Otherwise, then again there is Uranus cannot come in, because uniqueness has to come out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uranus has to be cleansed before you get married.
Yeah.
You gotta be prepared.
It was so silly. Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Anyhow.
laugh at my own jokes.
Yeah. Okay. But it was, I mean, that's about, okay. So actually, yeah, uniqueness is very important in a relationship. So to be
Yeah.
free, actually, yeah. Yeah, but two people, marriage is irrelevant,
Mhm.
but the commitment is not irrelevant, Chris.
Mhm.
Chris, the commitment is very important, actually. So anyhow, um,
Scorpio.
yeah. See, he talked about his ex forever, so it cannot work out. So yeah,
No, I never got
because
met.
that means he didn't solve his problem, because he everything was his wife's fault, or everything was so. Anyhow, yeah. Okay, that's clear. Now to 8, house 8, Uranus in 8.
Mayonnaise. He said the secret to a good marriage is mayonnaise. I don't know, it just caught me off guard. That was funny.
Ah.
But fine. I called myself a skunk ape just for you, and you missed it, dude. Where were you? You were late. You missed the whole skunk ape. All right, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Yeah, then we are,
Okay.
yeah, in house 8. That's also, yes, it's totally, what do you say? They might, they might have like special dreams, or no religious.
Exactly. Clean out your honest.
Yeah, and
Okay. Let's
okay,
not read the comments again.
Yeah, no, so I mean, now I lost, but so it's they have an original way to solve crisis because House 8 is also crisis,
Mm,
um, and they find through their intuition we see in Belgium.
intuition.
Yes, they find their solutions, but they have also a special way. Yeah, I would say my sister has Uranus in 8, and she has kind of really weird. They got lost in themselves. They get lost in themselves with all different ideas. And yes, we are in house 8, Melissa. Um, and they have to figure it out. I mean, but, but, um,
Yeah. So they're interested in understanding the layers of themselves and other people. Like they really
yes,
want to get into
yeah,
people.
they're good actually. Yeah.
They want to get into Uranus.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
no,
You
they're
guys are
very and
corrupting
they
me.
yeah, and they like actually many times they attract real strange partners, like totally. My sister, she had really 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 real weird partners, like with all kind of different, yeah, I don't know what. And yeah, but she attracted that, and but she was very interested and they want to discover
Yeah, always wear clean underwear.
and yeah, they're very good in understanding people who are totally different, like they're open to them.
Yeah.
Like they're good shrinks, I would say, good consultants. They have different, yeah. They have the thinking outside the box of healing something or something. If heal as healer,
Yeah.
they use yeah,
And
yeah,
they want to break the traditions, I guess normal traditions,
yeah,
or seek freedom or whatever in transformation, psychology, intimacy,
yes,
sexuality.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
totally different. Yeah,
yeah, it's really a deep transformation, you know,
yeah,
I guess spiritually, psychically.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
sexuality, I think, has a lot more to do with spirituality than
Yeah, it is
sex.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because our society is degraded to the lowest form of sexuality.
Right.
And
Yeah,
should
it's
actually,
sex
yeah.
now, but it should be sexuality.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nicely said like that. Yes. It should be on the highest level is it's totally, yeah, that's like more spiritual. It's much more deeper a deeper experience.
Yeah. Deeper. I couldn't help myself. A deeper experience. You were so terrible.
Oh,
I couldn't help myself. I tried. Okay. I know I'm being really bad. These
Yeah.
people are rubbing
Oh
off
my
on me.
God, they're never leave us with.
Nope.
Oh my God. Mm.
All right. Come on, get it together.
Okay.
Get it together, Sue.
And but as what I've wrote here down, they have a strong focus.
Yeah, our Uranus is an 8. I knew that one was coming. I knew it. I knew it. I thought it. Christ, I thought it. I just didn't say it. Oh God, this is really bad.
Okay.
After all that, you were like strong focus.
Def-
I don't want to know what you're thinking because you're laughing really hard.
I can't. As a secret minority secrecies. They doesn't accept everything I have written here indiscriminately secretive.
Okay. You tried really hard to get through that.
Oh my god. And I lost my. Anyhow.
All right. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We got you sidetracked there.
Yeah, that's all what I have. I think, it's a kind of yeah.
Yeah. So see, I can't even say it. It's all about going.
Let's go. Yeah, I have to do the house out.
It's all about going deep and intense into transformation and psychology and people.
And about
Yeah. So yeah.
about and seeing about like forbidden topics is typical for Uranus in 8. Forbidden topics. Explore forbidden topics like for
the taboo. Like Uranus.
Anyhow, that's it. And astrology is actually also a topic with people with Uranus in 8. They're very good they're good in astrology most of the time.
Yep.
So yeah, that's it.
Yep. We're getting out of there. We're pulling out of there.
Yeah, we're pulling out. Higher regions, 9. We're going to house.
All right, come on. I'm sorry, it's so bad. Oh my god.
Oh, you see. Okay. And then it's Sagittarius.
All right, let's get to Sag.
Yeah.
Going Julio. No more TV for my bunghole. Something's wrong with me today. Okay. No, you know what? I'm feeling great because I was really sad when we started this. I was feeling all kinds of chaos. I wanted to cry. Yeah, it was a nightmare. And now I'm like happy and good.
Okay, yeah, me too. I get the energy is rising. Okay,
yeah,
it's good.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. The living fantasy, right, in house 8 is actually the seeker. So they have and they're attracted also to cultures, extraordinary cultures. They're the people actually who discover new new tribes, for example, and different ways of living, different visions, different philosophy. Yeah, something like.
I put they're very optimistic and they believe in progress and work towards progress, but they don't care about the details of it. They just see like the bigger vision.
Yes. Yeah, and they want to free you. Yeah, they actually they see the futures as freeing humanity, bring it to a higher level. They're probably want their traditional religion, because religion is also linked to House 9, is they overcome that tradition.
Lori's getting really bad.
Yeah, I'm not reading it anymore. Otherwise, I get lose my test for. So anyhow,
you know what's funny? We started this with the story of Uranus getting his testicles chopped off and thrown in the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Now we are here. Yeah,
Here.
okay, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Libra,
Okay.
you can, yeah, you have to go back, Libra. That was before. We're not, and they have the new ideas, the different, like the people who bring, for example, new ways of thinking, philosophers. They with the new ideas that's typical with Uranus in 9, and yes, um,
Yeah,
and travel. Yeah.
I put they work best if they work with their or follow their intuition and inspiration.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah. And yeah, they're the trendsetters in society many times. A little bit
Yeah, I was just
like,
gonna say that. They
yeah.
usually are trendsetters. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And voila. Mm.
I read from that one.
What do you have here? Sometimes they're quite stubborn. They have their ideas, and they cannot. I mean, they want to stick to their ideas sometimes too much. I mean, for them, it's more difficult to bring their ideas in reality. Sometimes they're like so utopian that they're not
Yeah.
really yet ready for reality. But for them, that they can live then actually in that cloud of utopia without realizing, yeah, you need to bring those ideas in an adjustive way to reality so they can sprout like and grow. But that's more difficult because they have their the high thinking and they have their concepts. They actually, the people who work on university, they're like trying to, they like if they work for law and justice, they have to bring new ideas for the government so they can bring them in reality. But they are so many times so not practical, not adjusted to the how society is and things like that. So it stays an idea. Oh, it's a not the idea that is not working.
Yeah. Well, in the book it said something about because they're already like dreamers and see like visions and
Yes.
seekers or whatever, and Uranus will like ignite that, like put it to a new level of intensity,
Yes. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
sometimes is their downfall, is they're so dreamy that they, like you said, they can't put it into reality.
Yeah, that's it. So Jonathan, we had it when in commitment and marriage in house 7. That was a Uranus in Libra, a different way of um, than conform marriages. So you were there, Jonathan. Yeah.
Was he
Okay.
here or was he? No,
Yeah.
see, they were
Yeah. He
all
was.
up in Uranus that they didn't pay attention. So
Yeah. True. So we have to go through it
homework,
and don't read the
homework
comments.
for you.
Anyhow. Mm.
Okay.
Okay, and they have also the revolution is also sometimes okay. We need a new society. They have those revolutionary, revolutionary
Revolutionary.
ideas, and yeah, that and those can be the beginning of yeah, rebellion in society. Libra is before Scorpio, yes. Okay, now we're after Libra we had Sagittarius, and after Sagittarius is Capricorn.
Yep. Capricorn.
Yeah, Capricorn.
He said, "Be nice this time."
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. It's Capricorn's the 10th house. Moving on.
Capricorn is serious, is responsibility, keeps the things to the topic, and okay, we're keeping.
But Uranus in Capricorn is usually about wanting to update like the ideas of government and
Yeah.
society. They want to update them. They don't want them to stay
Yeah,
the
that's
same.
actually good. Yeah, it would be good. So because then, if Uranus and Saturn can work together, then they can make structures of society because Uranus is structure, but in a very revealing and freeing way. So that could be a nice combination. So they and then they look at they bring the new ideas for society, um, and most of the time they're still grounded, which is good. I mean, but they're able to catch new ideas. Um,
Yeah,
um,
and they want to bring new ideas to like the structures of society, hierarchies.
yes.
What else is over here? I just read it. Oh, traditions and formalities.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry. No, that's true. Yeah, there's. No,
It's
that
okay.
was cool. No,
Yeah,
I
all
get.
right. You tell me
Okay.
later.
So and they have and they have a clear view, so they see what is now, but they can bring their ideas in a very grounded way. Like it's not just floating in the air because it's a earth sign. So if with Uranus in Capricorn, those ideas will get alive. I mean, they can happen. They can be productive.
Yeah, and it also said that Uranus and Capricorn, it's when they see that this is the government or whatever isn't working, that's when they want to act to change it
Yeah,
for the better. It's not like a malefic intent or anything like that.
yeah, no, yeah, that's good. So actually,
It's what we need right now.
yeah,
Some
okay.
Uranus and Capricorn.
In yes, and then yeah, I think that's what I have. So then they are also totally devoted for their mission. So if they're committed, because that's Capricorn, if they commit to something, they will go for it till they have accomplished their mission.
Yeah.
So
And it says that in the book, it says it's a very highly resourceful placement to have
yes,
Uranus and Capricorn.
yeah, yeah, they're a good addition to to the people who work for them. Okay, then we are in the house where it actually house 11, the house of friendship of groups or organizations, where Uranus is home actually for humanity, for equality. There it has a yeah, no, for me neither. Uranus will never be the same to me. Neither for me. Oh my God.
I still
Since
love Uranus. I'm all about the No, I'm not. Oh my
okay.
God, please don't take that literally. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Sorry. I'm being
Okay,
bad
no, it's
again.
good.
No,
Yeah.
it's good. All right.
Okay. Okay, in Aquarius is they're working most of the time if they're very interested in humanitarian organizations, they work for the freedom of society. They are the people. If they're good, yeah, they want their most of the time bring the ideas for in groups to yeah the fresh the new wind. Um, what I say?
Yeah, they don't like to conform at all. They're the rebel.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rebel, yes.
And they have very open they're open to new ideas.
Yes, there are
And
no dogmas. Yeah, they're open to new ideas. They have no dogmas, no rigidity, and no, yeah. So they bring regulations, but they want to be, um, yes, she did. She did say
no,
that,
I said Uranus. Specifically said that was
okay.
Uranus.
Um,
No, actually, ew. Stay away from the Uranus.
okay. Okay, and anyhow, see the last after the house 8, everything is blurry.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
wait, where was I?
and
Oh, they have
11,
strong interest usually in science,
yes,
and technology and communication.
Yes, and
Okay.
they know how to. Yeah, the most they are the people probably who bring a technology in society. They have the power to do that. So because yeah, it's a good position for Uranus. So anyhow, yeah, and they're quite selfless. They're always taking care of the friends. They don't think about themselves. So they love humans most of the time. With in the house 11, they are like they do things because they love people. It's like yeah.
Right.
Anyhow,
And
yeah.
it says though that despite the need and like wanting to have progress, they can be very stubborn in their ways.
Yes. Yeah. They're yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I think they see the bigger picture, and like, I mean, this is kind of wrong, really, but it's like they know how to get there, so they're going to be stubborn about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't give up. They're like they have that concept, and actually, in a way, that concept becomes something rigid
Right.
in their mind. So they're used to see. I mean, it's a kind of contradiction because they see it's they're progressive. They have new ideas. They're original and inventive. But at some time, they say this idea is the right idea, and then they become conservative because they don't want to conform or to be open for other ideas. In that case, they're against actually Uranus because Uranus
Right.
wants to be always
Open.
inspiration on open. So yes.
Yeah. What? You're Are we Uranusing in a collective sense?
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow.
Oh, let's have a live streaming butt sunning day. Is everybody up for that? Huh?
Yeah, it seems
No?
to be.
Yeah, didn't think
Have
so.
all those people who talk all the time about
About
they
their
can
honest?
do that. They can have bring a group together and good luck with that. I'm not a part of that group.
Yeah, no, I'm not butt sunning either. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Anyhow. So that's actually a very humanitarian sign, very selfless and it's stillborn. And then and
Sorry.
no, I read it.
You said no, I read it. I read it too. I just didn't feed into it. I'm sorry. I'm acting on my
Yeah.
17-year-old
Oh my
brain.
God. Okay. And then we have Pisces.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
PCs, little. I don't know. I just always
Yeah,
say
but it's
some
good
weird
because
thing in my head when I do.
spirituality. Yes, they get like suddenly big huge steps in their evolution in their suddenly like an enlightenment that could be with happening with in house 12 with Uranus in house 12. So suddenly you get yeah, because Uranus, everything happens suddenly. It's like quick changes,
Right.
unexpected. So they can have a spiritual experience without unexpected. So and then in that case, they start looking for deeper knowledge, for deeper wisdom. So because it can happen, the growing process in spirituality can start really suddenly, and they get like steps, and then a long time here, then a jump suddenly on a higher level and on a higher level. But they also sometimes misunderstood because they express themselves. Yeah. If like writers who have high experiences, enlightened experience, that they write about it, but those books are not misunderstood by actually most people. That's what I hear. Like, is they're easily misunderstood, um, and they get their ideas, but um, they're volatile. How do you say volatile? Like they
Volatile.
go away. They find and then suddenly it's go away. Like mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had that they like to break the traditions of spirituality and
Yes.
religion and
Yes.
compassion, the arts, their attitudes toward mental health.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they seek more freedom in those areas. Like they have to be free spiritually, they have to be free religiously.
Yes.
They can't conform, they won't conform to a,
No, they
and
will never conform.
they will be a rebel in those areas.
Yes, and they follow their intuition, so they and that's why they can grow very fast in spirituality because they are not influenced by old traditions. Because if you most of the time on your way to in your evolution of spiritual evolution, you always those old dogmas we learned from childhood is a blockage in your spiritual evolution. But with Uranus in 12, that's easily out. So that's you don't have it doesn't it's not a burden. It's they stick to their own intuition. But they could be they could have also in a very unbalanced way, like weird spirituality, real new age stuff. It could be also kind of
Yeah.
yeah, kind of
Although
yeah.
I think a lot of the new age stuff is almost like, I hate saying controlled opposition, but it just seems like not very substance, if that
No,
makes
true. It's
sense.
floating in the air. It's really floating.
Yeah.
You have to be. It doesn't. It's not grounded.
It's like
And it's always
superficial.
yeah. It's the easy way in spirituality, but in spirituality, your spiritual evolution goes in very really slowly steps.
Right.
It's not like okay, because most of the time I think about New Age is like all about me, 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 me,
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm free. I'm happy. I have the job of the love of my life. Everything me, me, me. It's actually quite selfish
Yeah.
because when you too much focus on yourself, you
Look
lose.
at me, I'm so spiritual. Like it's like, no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not.
So actually, when uh, you actually spirituality means also you lose yourself. You should
Right.
yourself is always in the way of really spiritual evolution. So, but New Age is just does do the focus is totally different. It's always me, me, me. So they're actually quite selfish,
Yeah.
anyhow.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
and
like it.
but the positive new age is actually okay, finding your way and looking for new ways that because you can't find it through the old traditions. But actually, it's all about yeah, losing your ego, like get rid of your ego and be open and devoted to the yeah, undetached from your mundane world. So you have to go so you can evolve in higher regions. What do I say? Yeah, yeah. So you're yeah um, yeah. You have to lose yourself to find yourself. It's not in the Bible. You have to lose yourself to find yourself. Yeah, the
And
spiritual
it
self.
might
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to.
and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So you have to get rid of yourself, actually, your ego, and then you find yourself, your true self. That's it.
Yeah.
More
And
or less
like,
like that.
I wouldn't say for everybody because everybody's different, right? And
Yeah,
everybody's raised different. And there, there's people who are more spiritual parents and stuff like that. But I know for me personally, and a lot of like it seems like Michael Diamond, like and like for me personally, like I had to go through a lot of pain and I had to like really like look at myself and like face a lot of darkness in order to start achieving some spirituality, you know what I mean,
yeah,
or a real connection to the divine, like, and it's still like a work in progress. It's not like I've
yeah.
achieved
But
some big
yeah, no,
state or
it's like a,
something. And I
yeah,
think like that's like a lot of us nowadays, and that's why with the new age and all, it's like it's almost like a lot of times you have to suffer to get to the next level.
yeah, true. It's most of the time is about suffering, but lose it to find it is lose your ego. I mean, get rid of your ego to find your true self, your divine self. That's you have to. And most
Right.
of the time, when you're too much focused on yourself, you grow your ego more and more and more. So you have to just get rid of yourself because it could be a big pain in the ass yourself.
Yeah.
So when it's not, it's positive meant. It's not like. Toxic, yeah, toxic unloved ego is the problem. It's not like you have to neglect or ignore or yes, this, and not in a negative way, like you lose yourself, like you don't care about yourself, things like that. But
Oh yeah, no.
it's more a spiritual, like, okay, don't be so focused on yourself, and everything can flow better. And it's in meditation you try to get rid of your thoughts and your excess of thoughts, excess of emotions. And when you go in a deep silence, it's like, wow, finally you feel good and free, and you feel your energy rising, because you most of the time you are the biggest obstacle in your own growth. So, I mean, in a
Yeah.
way.
And I think a lot of it too was like for me was I had to let go of what it was like let go of what everybody else thought my life should look like.
Yeah, yeah, true. You don't have to.
You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I
not
mean?
like. Yeah, it's that. It's not like you have to follow others. You have to follow divine. It's not because if I
Right.
say you have to lose yourself and do whatever all others want. No, 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 no. It's not like it. You have to do. You have to lose yourself to find your divine path. That's it.
Yeah. Like listen to what it like I said, it's really weird. Well, we talked about it anyway. We're like a receiver and thoughts come in, right?
Yeah,
And it was like
yeah,
some thoughts would come in that were like your and then your intuition, like a part of
yeah.
you physically could feel like that was the right thought, that was the right thing to do, that was the right
Yeah.
way to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
actually, I think, to feel it is like your energy rises suddenly when you feel you do
yeah,
something good, and
yeah,
otherwise your energy is you get fear, you get things like that. But when you do the things you have to do, then you feel relieved. I mean, that's what I feel.
yeah. And it almost like flows like especially in this world, like everybody has issues, and it's like almost like you kind of feel the weight of it. And
Yes.
then when you start doing, I think, what you're supposed to do, that weight
Yeah.
just kind of starts lifting off of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you just, okay, follow your path. Don't worry what your desires are, but it comes on your way. But if yeah, you have to keep, what do you say, keep doing what you're doing. And uh what- and whatever is meant for you is, I mean, I don't know, if you're too much busy with yourself and you're doing all those kind of things, I mean, you miss it actually. People who are never worried about themselves, I can see that they are like, yeah, everything comes on their path because
Yeah.
they are not too much obsessed by what they need or want. And that's what I think need. That's what I more or less mean. But in the society, when everybody is, um, yeah, so unhappy, it's very difficult to get out of your way, because there is no love enough, there is no, people are suffering, there's poverty, there's everything. And
You- I just want to say, right? Because you just
yes,
helped me.
do.
So you just helped me, right? 'Cause
Yeah, do.
okay. So when I feel like when I follow my passions, or like when I'm just being in the moment,
Yeah,
I'm very, very happy. Like I'm very like peaceful, whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
Like you can feel the energy. I'm on a really high level, right? But like for the past couple of days, I've been having these like bouts of like, I guess they're not really depression. We just have feelings, right? So this bouts
yeah,
of a
this
little
week was for me
sadness.
also, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not really depression.
No,
It's
no,
just
I know,
you
but I
get
think maybe it's
sad.
for Leo like that, because this week was a kind of difficult week for me in some
Oh,
way.
really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm
It is
going
the
also
new
through
moon week.
things. Hmm?
It was a new moon week, and I
Yeah, new moon. Yeah, you have to get. And
And
new moon.
and Venus was doing something,
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. But anyway, right? So what you were saying about desires, like actually that's what was making me sad because like there's a difference between passion and a desire, right? Like
Yes.
desires don't have to be met or you know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah, I know. Yes, yes. And
you
the
know what I'm
passion, you
saying? I don't
just
know how to yeah, go ahead.
and in the passion, you just do it because you have the joy of the passion you're doing. And desire is something. Yeah, desire is.
Almost
I
like an
actually.
addiction in a way, I think.
Yeah, and
I
desire
relate
is
to
an
desires.
addiction. So
Yeah.
actually, it's good. So someone said to me, when you when you desire, don't expect. When you expect, don't desire, and then things work out.
Yeah.
So if you desire, don't expect something back. If you expect something, don't desire. Sometimes you expect something, but then don't desire it. It's like
Yeah.
just be there's kind of like faith. What is meant for you is coming to you.
It's gonna
Just
come
do
to
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So you helped me because I was like, man, why am I feeling like this? And then I realized like that's because you're desiring shit that you should be desiring
yeah,
and
yeah,
you just gotta let things happen.
yeah, true. Yeah, but getting rid of Lori mentioned something, getting rid of ego. I mean, it's not a practical ego. We need our ego to get things done and in practical life,
Yeah.
but not that much actually,
Well, I
because
think it's the difference between like your ego identity and your ego self-centeredness.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a difference because of course you are. I mean, yeah, of course.
You have
Otherwise, we
no
can.
ego, you have no self.
No, you have, yeah, like that. It's
Yeah.
for the practical things you need to think. You need to organize your life, and you need to do So anyhow, and it's in this kind of thing. So for me, it's like I was like too much busy. What shall I do now? I'm a little bit in a limbo. Like, okay, I need to do. I mean, like here in the moving, not moving. And yeah, I find maybe some place at the seaside, but for October, I don't know. But then here there is, I learn also a lot, and you have the garden here, but the garden is now a little bit messy. And I think, oh, nee, I need to do, like I like in a kind of a limbo, and then it's so difficult because then you think about things you want and you don't have, and you think about
Yeah.
and once I'm doing something what I like, even this one, you're on your passion and whatever you need is coming on your way. But if you keep thinking and focusing on it, it stays actually out of your
Out of
things
your
has to be
yeah.
out of your attention, out of your life because you're too much focused on it. If you want to go to something, you want to go it freely. You don't want to go. It's like going to a shop. If there is somebody, shop owner, and you want to look for a dress or a t-shirt, whatever, and they always follow you, you don't like it. No, let me
Right.
do. I want to see what I want. I don't need your help. So it comes kind of comparison. So that's
Right.
why it's good, like they say, keep yourself busy, do something, so you get. Otherwise, you create your own misery in your head.
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was creating my own mystery. That's what I
Yeah, that is
mean.
what we
And
do when we
it
think
was
all the
like,
time, when we
yeah, that's
worry all the
why,
time. Yeah.
yeah, when you said that, I was like, yeah, because you're, you know what I mean, expecting things and you can't just obsess over it. You have to, like, like for me, it's like you set the intention and for it to work, you have to set the intention and then literally like
Let it
let
go.
it go
Yeah.
to the universe. Don't think
Surrender.
about it anymore. Don't, yeah,
Yeah,
just
you have to
surrender
really
to it.
forget it, actually. You have
And
to
then what's
surrender.
supposed to come to you will come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have to surrender.
I
That's
feel
actually what
better.
divine means. If you don't trust it, but that's my guru says, okay, if you surrender everything to me, if you don't trust, if you want to carry your own luggage on your shoulders or your baggage that's so heavy and painful, it's your choice. What can I do?
Right.
If you want, you have the divine gives you the free choice. But if you surrender it, the divine does do it for you and knows always better.
Right. Right. And you'll get exactly what you're supposed to, not
Yes.
you know what I
Yes,
mean?
Jonathan, you said, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot what did John say?
Jonathan, it would be much more accurate to say, instead of getting rid of ego, to say uncover false conceptions of myself and my identifications with,
Identification.
yeah, something as well. Yes,
Yeah.
very good. That's true. I cannot say it as beautiful like that, and that's why I'm anyhow.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know where I heard this or whatever, but start being you and stop being what you think you're supposed to be or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Just be every time you, whatever, if you don't know, yeah. Don't go in, it's also like you can only, if you allow yourself to be yourself, others feel free to be themselves also.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Gerard.
Yeah, come on.
Yes. Come,
we're done.
Is it Robert Redford?
Can a surprise guest join a superstar?
Yeah, Robert Redford.
I thought Gerard was joining. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Who is it? It's probably Ty.
Yeah, who
right?
is it? Who is the astrologer? We don't know. No, just come
Right?
in, come in. You're welcome. Whoever it is.
I know. I gotta pee. So I might hear too much later. I'll try.
Yeah, okay.
Is it happening? Or what?
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but let's see. Who's coming takes always a little bit time. If it's someone new and they don't know how it works, then it's more difficult.
Yeah,
somebody can else it. But
maybe Jonathan, a superstar. Who?
A superstar.
Ty?
Yeah, could be. I don't know who. Yeah. The separate and divisible, divisible self. Yes, it's good. I can speak a nice words, but I don't find them always. I understand it, but I'm not that eloquent. Even if I have to defend like all those lies from society and I'm talking to people, I am really difficult.
Yeah, me too.
To find the words and to like really being convinced. And because if I cannot speak so eloquently like Gerard and things, or like Ty, then people have the tendency like, wow, it's all bullshit for them then. Because I cannot speak it, so that's why I also know you go to that site of read this, but I don't do it anyhow.
Yeah, and crap, no, I forgot what I was gonna say because I have to be really bad. What were we just talking about?
About okay. Yes, I forget it also.
I know. Oh, okay, that's what I was saying. I can write. Like if you give me time to write, I can write very well. I actually won like different prizes and stuff for writing. Yeah. But if I have to speak it, and like even like you were saying, like I'm trying to argue points and facts, and it's just coming out like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like about the virus and stuff.
Yeah, me too. I cannot defend it rightfully, and that's why people see. But you write really beautiful. When all your comments, if I read them, they're so nicely expressed. And that is with you have Mercurius like me also in house 9. So I can put, if I do a chart, I have to write it down for somebody.
Right.
And then people can ask me. But if I only do it with speaking, it's a bit too chaotic. And I mean, people don't have it. But I write it down, I send it, and then it's more clear for them. That also I have Uranus and there is Ty. Yeah, there we are. Okay, he's a typical Uranus guy. So original, so eccentric, so whatever. Totally.
What are you doing? Hello.
I knew it. Hello.
Yeah, maybe you have Uranus in Gemini. I don't know. Do you know where your Uranus is, Ty?
You know where Uranus is?
I think it's in. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't remember. I think it's Scorpio. Actually, I'm not sure though.
Oh, could be Scorpio. It could be. Yeah.
What's your ascendant?
Yeah, that is the.
Yeah, you're rising.
Oh, my
Gemini rising.
Yeah.
Gemini. Yeah.
Gemini. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
you're
exact
a communicator.
That's fun, huh? So.
Yeah. So anyhow.
What do you guys? So you guys I kind of caught in earlier. So what is this Uranus today you're talking about?
Yeah, it was yes.
Yeah. That energy.
We didn't too much about that.
This has been crazy energy.
Yeah, it's crazy energy. It's typical. But you're actually an ultimate example of Uranus. Don't you think Uranus? Totally
Uranus.
original.
This group got us all into Uranus all night.
Yeah.
So it's Uranus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because we're talking about earlier suffering and like, you know, and like that's, I mean, you do have to go through it. It's the only, you know,
Yeah.
we don't grow from stagnation and
No.
what is that?
Yeah.
You know, mediocrity. It has to be constantly challenged all the time.
Yes.
That's the only
And
way to
also,
grow. So.
like if maybe you have your Uranus in house 3 some because you're so extremely eloquent and extremely genius in how you express yourself, your ideas. They're totally understandable. And if I want to say them to someone else, I think, well, I'm lost. I'm totally lost. And then
Que Sera came to my mind earlier when you were like, well, what will be, will be. I was like, oh, Que Sera, Sera. Oh, good times.
I wanted to say though,
yeah.
one thing, so because Gerard had a stream not too long ago talking about that movie Day the Earth Stood Still, but when he was saying that it's on the precipice of is when we change, like that moment of like, are we going to die or evolve? That's when we change. And then there was, I want to say it's Emerald Tablets, but I don't think it's Emerald Tablets, but something about like alchemy exists to transform the mortal from a state of suffering to immortality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like you do have to go through some kind of, because if everything's all happy and go lucky, why would you change? Why would you?
Yeah. Well, you need a
metamorphosis.
A metamorphosis.
Yeah, like you need like a catalyst.
From a juvenile position into a mature adult position. So metamorphosis it has to. It's the foundation. So.
Right.
Yeah.
It would make sense. It would make sense if it was. That's how you know it's fake. If they're proposing a utopia, that's how you know that can't happen. Because as above, so below. As above, so below.
Yeah, and that is the negative thing from Uranus. They have their ideas in there. It's like the super leftists, the super liberals. They have those crazy ideas in their head. Yeah, no, but they have their ideas and they think they already are that, but they're just the opposite. They don't have self-reflection at all.
No.
Yeah, well, it's an attachment to an idea and just like that idea itself, and like nothing else. They don't see anything around it. They've compartmentalized an idea away from everything that incorporates it. You know what I mean? And that's true for a lot of people. That's just a general principle I've noticed with most people. Is they just kind of they have their one thing, but then that's the only thing they know. They don't know anything, and so they don't see any connections or links between anything else. You know, so
totally fragmented. Fragmented.
They're fragmented.
Yes. Because
on purpose, by design. That's the only way they can control us, is if we're fragmented. That's the only way.
Yeah, true.
That's the only way. So.
Yeah, that's true, and it's and it makes, of course, and those Kabbalah, whatever you call them, they use their they are not fragmented. They have a kind extremely everything is connected. Everything is, but they have their ideas, their crazy perverted ideas to keep us under control because they are consequent and they're driven by their genial evilness of whatever it is.
Well, we make it very easy for them because they appeal. What people think, they're used to them as Marvel villains, and that's not how they are. Like, they appeal to our desires, not our hatred. So that's how they get us. They can get us through like consenting through, because they'll promise us something and they never deliver. That's just how they work. It's very easy to do that. People are really good natured by will, so they're trusting, and they play that trust against us. They play that trust very easily.
Yeah, and they know that. That's true.
But we don't think they'll do that. We don't think people are like that, so we don't.
Yeah.
We never think that there's a person that will actually manipulate our trust like that. But they will. They will do it.
If I told my family, but those pharmacy, I mean, those vaccines are really, really, really very bad. You should not take them. Why would anybody do that? And then Bill Gates, he is like, for them, still a philanthropist. Why would he give so much money if he was evil? They don't get it. And I say, no, but it's like, I cannot explain it. You have to go to...
And mind you, he's not going to take it. So that's interesting, but he's going to make all you take it. That's it, because they know better. They know that they're not doing any of the things they tell us to do. They're not doing any of those things. They're not. There's a reason for that. There's a specific reason why. So,
but this is why I get so like I just don't get it. My brain just can't operate like that. Like like when they're like, oh, well, why would they do that? Don't you watch the news? Like, they're the people that watch the news and they
Like,
don't.
yeah.
It's like you're
why,
watching it play out before your
that's how
face
you
and
know.
you
The
still don't
why
get
question
it.
is always great. The why question is always great because it means they haven't thought about it. I'm like, well, sit there and think about it. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to control that idea or control that aspect or profit from that? Or that's what happens. I mean, they just
Right.
they don't think about anything outside of like the immediate. You know,
Right. Like
that's what it is.
like even like why would we go to war with China? Haven't we been in Afghanistan for 20 years? You know,
Yeah.
remember
We're
that?
more than
We're still
we
there.
have what?
Like,
We have thousands of military bases and like we're doing
Yeah,
it
and
all the time.
I say that too. Why is the government good to you? Everything gets worse and worse. Yeah, but there has been always wars in history. So wars is natural. So it's
Indeed.
just
Waged by the same people for the same reasons, over and over and
yeah,
over again, all the time.
yeah.
We act like
So
we somehow magically broke out of a feudal system. Like, no, we didn't. We've been in it the whole time, literally the entire time. That's it.
yeah.
That's just what it's been. So
But that's like they're always poor people. Yeah, they're just the unlucky people. Yeah, that and then they really think, yeah, that's their own fate. That's like, or there is like, okay, yeah, that's like it's yeah, let's the blame themselves. No, it's a system. And
yeah,
then okay,
cynicism.
and
It
then
makes them feel like, and then they get that helplessness, and you're like, that's not what it is. It's that you have the ability to change it. We have the
yeah,
ability.
and then
They don't want to though. They don't want to take that responsibility. It's too hard. It's very
and
difficult to take full
yeah,
responsibility for yourself. It really
yeah,
is.
true. And then she
So
said to me, I said something. Yeah, but Trump did this, something good did that. How can you say that? Did you say what he said about women? Say, are you still clinging to that? Grab them by the pussy? Are you still say that's just words? But then Obama was nice and gentle and speak fluently and
yes,
politely.
polite
So
evil.
he did.
Mm-hmm.
He is so much worse. I mean, for me, still.
No, no, he is.
And
No,
then
yes. That's what I mean. Because polite evil's the worst. They're insidious. It's much more
yeah,
insidious.
that's
It's
polite evil.
much
And
more
see,
insidious.
I
So,
say, why? I say, yeah, but what is that a difference? No, but you
well, they
know
don't
what
because they didn't
understand?
get to see his policies take place until recently, and that's why everyone's blaming
Yeah,
Trump for
that's
all this stuff
true.
that's going on. I'm like, no, those were policies that were signed into law in 2012 that now are enacted, and that we tried
Yeah,
to warn people. We sued Obama in court over it. We sued him over it.
yeah,
It
but
was treasonous when we get treason.
they cannot
So,
grasp that idea. If you're good outside or you're charming or you're beautiful, you're good
yeah.
inside. See, that's
They
crazy.
will eventually, though. You notice, all it takes is time, though. Eventually, after enough time passes, the people that were heroes at the beginning become the villains. They do. They
Yeah,
eventually become them. The
yeah, I
Clintons learn the
think
hard way.
yeah.
So,
He's more yeah. What was he doing? He's more real openly. I think promoting the violence. I think Obama. I said something about it, but like in an interview with someone. I
yeah.
read it this time. Like just openly saying, okay, yes, those you're the youth we hope to be. Like those against those to those rioters. Like no,
Yeah.
do. It's good, it's good. That's the dream. That's their dream. So yeah, it's a dream, of course, of the cabal that to destroy each other. But
Well, and
it's like
mostly us together, we've all gotten used to dehumanizing people, so that's why it's like this
yeah.
now. We
yeah,
did it. We allowed that to happen, and we allow, and especially specifically people that hate Donald Trump the most and have turned him into sort of like this really weird Marvel character,
yeah,
where it's like they've dehumanized him so much that they've opened the precipice for them to be dehumanized as well. That's
yeah,
the downside of psychological behavior in this way. It really
Well,
is.
my uncle pointed out that on the news, like you know how when Obama was president, it was always President Obama. On the
Mhm.
news now, it's always Donald Trump or Trump.
Mhm.
They don't
oh
give
yeah,
him the title
They do
ahead
not.
of it.
Yes.
And my
Hmm.
uncle picked up on that. But I also think too, like for years now, we've been so indoctrinated or educated to think superficially. Like
Yes.
nobody ever really asked deeper questions than the
no,
surface questions. No one
Mhm.
really looks. I mean, a lot of us, like us, do. You know, the
yeah.
seekers, but most people
The
are
other
just
people they
the
don't.
superficial answers, and that they're good with that.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
just yeah. They even don't think why things are like that. It's just luck for them. Okay, okay, yeah. They don't
It's
even think. Mhm.
It's what Noam Chomsky used to say all the time. Like it's compartmentalized. Well, like you're allowed to argue the narrative, and only for a certain amount of time, and that's it. But you
Yeah,
can't out
Right.
argue outside of that narrative, and then that narrative leads to Next topic. Next topic. Next topic.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They make it short and sweet. You can only argue in between certain takes, a false dichotomy between two options that are when there's actually a lot more. Yeah, they're very good at it. I mean, attack on language, people don't really take that seriously. They really don't. This is why they're struggling so hard with the not calling themselves colors thing. They're very because that's not. We've grown up with that mentality.
Yeah,
so now
right.
it's hard to think of ourselves outside of a crayon dynamic. So, you know.
Yeah, and also, oh my God, at this week, all this kind of stuff. And then, what? Black lives don't matter for you? I see your post. How can you say that? I'm a Nazi. I'm obviously a Nazi.
You should see it. It's terrible. People are like, why would you? But then they can't argue. And then they learn what it is, and they're like, well, that's fucked up. But then sometimes they go, well, then I guess we should reuse that term. No. You have to use the term correctly. You can't change its definition now because you didn't know what it was, and now you feel bad because you were using it wrong. So you see, people have bad reactions to things too. Like even when they know that they've walked their face into a brick wall, they're still like, well, maybe it's not there still. You're like, no, it's denial. There's a lot of people in denial right now. So.
I was arguing. I know. I got into an argument with a friend. We're not even friends anymore. And I was friends with him for like 15 years. And because I was like, I am not going to feel guilty because I was born this skin color. Like, do you understand how racist that is? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You want me to feel guilty?
How does that help them by guilting people with pale skin? How does that actually get them rights? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't protect them. It doesn't do anything. It just divides more people. I don't understand.
I'm like, do you know how racist you are being right now? Tell me I need to feel bad for being born this color.
I told you. My friend.
The irony.
Yeah. My friend, a friend of mine, she has a black lover, and I mean, we are also unfriended because of that. And I was telling, how can you tell that? Say, no, we have to. I mean, I know people from the internet, and I'm more used to American, but she doesn't know so much about American, and I hear everything, and I know about black friends what they say. So, my friend is also black, but he doesn't live in America. He lives in Belgium, and he's quietly well done, and he gets all his studies for free. He is now the highest IT. He is also an ITTer and things like that. So, do you think he is unjust treated? No, at all. He got everything for free. So, and then yes, but his family is in America. So, and what says that?
So it changes depending on where you are. Indeed.
Yeah, and then, but then the thing is, listen. The thing is, he wasn't. He fell like in love with her, and actually he wanted to marry her, and she said to me, no, I don't want to marry him. I don't know. Maybe he's after my money. I'm gonna marry him. You know, he is an immigrant, and I say, you're telling me that I'm a racist? You didn't marry your lover. Now he's married to someone else, but he became your lover again because now she wanted him for that. So how racist is that? So he's not good for being your husband, but good for being her lover. Isn't crazy?
But I don't understand. How do people not realize that they're thinking totally hypocritical? Like it. Like don't even make sense.
Hypocrisy is so common. It's a very common trait, but it's that link between do as I say, not as I do. People don't, they have double standards. They have ethics for other people, but not themselves. Because that's what we were talking about control. Because we want to be free. People say they want freedom, but they don't realize what they mean is they want control. They don't actually want freedom. Because that means they can't control other people, including the cabal, including them. Yeah. But they want control. That's what they want. They're just saying it under the guise of freedom, which is not it. That's not it.
Well, that's like even feminism today.
All movements. The GLBT, LMNOP nonsense. Yeah. Like they compartmentalize themselves away from the general population. So now they're like, we're minorities. I'm like, not really. What if people just didn't tell you, or that you didn't care that people were gay? Rather than forcibly making people care that you're gay. They don't care.
Right. They don't care at all. They don't care at all.
You know what I mean? Well, they've alienated themselves from you, and so they don't understand why I have a straight conservative following. I'm like, because we don't care about those titles. Those titles don't mean anything. They're just labels you've identified as, but they're not identities. They're character distinctions. That's all.
Right. That's all they are. All these movements aren't about equality or freedom. They're about they want the power now.
That's all about
No, that
Yeah,
is
it's all
equality.
about
Because that is equality because people misuse that word too. What they mean is equity. They want equity, not equality.
Right,
Equality is
right.
putting a value on a thing. Yes.
yeah.
So
Right.
they're saying they don't even know the terms they're using when they're. That's why they don't get anything done because they don't understand anything.
Yeah, it's
That's
all
why they
about
don't.
identifications because then they feel strong. I belong to this group, I belong to this group, and that gives them a kind of back, like, okay,
Yeah, understandably, like
they're
there's
not,
nothing wrong with forming groups and families, but they don't realize that that can become culty. That's a very
yeah,
cult-like mentality,
Yeah, it is
to
culty.
alienate yourself from other people in that way. Be like, well, this is
Yeah.
us, and that we're the victims of everybody else around. Like,
yeah,
that's the victim
All they need
mentality.
is a
Is not
Kool-Aid
good.
party and they'll be
Mental illness.
cool.
Yeah, literally. So
yeah, yeah, it's,
cultural culture. Yeah, indeed.
yeah, it's, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's Gerard. I see him.
yeah, and hello, join
Yeah,
the
done.
conversations. Yeah,
I'm just laid out listening to y'all and doing
Yeah,
It's good that we're doing this, though. It really is. But I don't know how long we're going to be able to. October 1st is when they're going to be like, bye, everybody. Good luck.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So, and that's also the tragedy, I
Yeah.
think.
So they're-
Like people betray each other instead of being themselves, they betray each other. And
And they don't
I
mean
told,
to.
and I was
They
really
don't mean to
mean
do
this
that.
week.
They definitely. It's
You know
accidental when
what?
they betray each other. So.
Yeah, no, and I said, you know what you do? You will sell the soul of your child to save your fucking own ass. I was so angry, because like, really?
Person.
Yeah, I was really cursing. I was so angry because it was so evil what you said. I said, no, you have to self-reflect. What are you doing? And how are you? I mean, yeah. I'm not perfect either, but I mean, it's like, oh my God. And that is what people do. That is the fear. I mean, kind of fear, if I have a fear, when everything is really getting super chaotic, that people will really, like in Maoism, like when the people are really poor and have no food, they will give their own kin to the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, survival will make. This is what I mean. When we get to Pluto, they're gonna be testing us. That energy is gonna be testing people that think that they got this figured out, or they're like, we're proud and we're online and we got it. I'm like, are you sure? Because when shit hits the fan and you don't have waste disposal and can't get food, and like shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen. It's gonna have to. It's just going to, because people won't take the responsibility needed, so they're gonna have to be hit with it, full force.
True.
And and people will either rise or fall depending on, whether or not they're in tune with that energy. So Pluto's coming for you. I know that.
and that's
I
the,
know it's coming.
and that's the precipice. And that's the precipice we need. We need that precipice. We need to get right up to that point. Otherwise, humanity will never
But a
evolve.
lot of people will fall, I think, really. Because
Oh,
And
yeah.
the psychopaths will survive regardless, so they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They'll be here.
But-
They'll be here till the very end. The very end, they'll be here. It's a
Yeah.
trait. It's 2% of the population. It's millions and millions of people. They will be there. It's an evolutionary trait we need to survive. So we're not going to get
Yes.
rid of it.
Oh yeah.
We shouldn't be seeking to get rid of it. So
Rather,
Yeah.
like I always say
Yeah,
about the light and dark, you can't just have all people
yeah,
running
yeah.
around.
But
You
we
have
have
to have
that
some
toxic
psychopaths.
positivity. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
been calling
and
out the
I told
toxic
also,
positivity. There's a lot of those
Yeah.
people around too. The
Yeah.
new agers. Tired of those people.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
food.
Tired of that. So.
Yeah, the food is not falling out of the air. So no, you really should think about food and about all those things. So, because all those with the COVID things. No, it's good that the businesses are closed. It's good. So no, it's not good. We need food, and there is no import and there is no export because the
Export,
company
right.
where
They've
a friend
cut
of mine is
supply
working,
chains.
they had to
There's going to be a
stop.
huge fallout for cutting supply chains. People just don't understand that. They think their economy's going full throttle. I'm like, no, your economy collapsed. It's gone.
Oh yeah, there is no
reset, honey.
economy.
It's over. These people
No.
don't even see it coming because they're so worried about Orange Man. They're not even paying attention to anything else.
No.
I'm like, oh, here you go.
Yeah,
It's going to hit
true.
in November. In November, it's
like-
coming.
Well,
There's
So-
an economy
Well,
left for like 5 companies.
don't
That's
be
it.
so negative,
Yeah.
y'all.
We have Amazon and
left.
Walmart.
Don't be so
That'll
negative.
be the only two companies we have. So
Y'all so negative.
That's not
Stop
negative.
being negative.
That's
The
not negative.
government
It's just
might
reality.
take care
But
of
you know what? But that's good
No,
that
the
that happens because then what?
government
There's no pretense or anything. We see it plainly open. What's happening,
Right.
and then we can remedy it. It's not hard to remedy it. It's just you have to know it's coming.
The government.
It's just
might-
about acknowledging that
the
it's coming.
government might,
So
they might take care. They might take care of everybody. The new normal might.
The shit
Yeah.
will.
what will we do now that the
They're
Greens
going to
are
give out
here?
cockroach bars. They're going to give everybody a cockroach protein bar a
I'm
day.
trying to say it with a straight face.
Yeah.
Like, we all gonna die.
It
Why
is
is that
gallows
funny to
humor,
me?
darling.
It's
Gallows
every time I
humor.
see it,
Oh yeah.
like, they might zap me right in my house. They might just cook me right
Look,
here.
this
with a
noose is
dude.
very uncomfortable. Like,
I
I'll be
think
telling
that's
jokes till the very end, darling. Very, very end.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Tag me in some memes like, yo,
Why
did
do
you
you think I
see
dress up every day? I'm like, if I'm going to a FEMA camp or about to die, I'm going to look fabulous every day. My death outfit, I will look fabulous. I'm just telling you, I will. So,
Yeah, you have to enjoy every day now and then fun and actually you do what you want to do and yeah, whatever. It's like that. And yeah, actually, the thing is actually, I mean, yeah, my guru Zoe, she said only 30% of the world population will make it through the rough times. She said only 30%.
a lot of people aren't, because the technology's ruined our ability to do basic things. Well, that's what it is. Technology ruined it. Technology ruined our ability to do basic things. So a lot of people, when they're actually challenged with doing basic stuff, they won't know how to do it. They'll be completely powerless.
Yeah, that's why she always said you have to still be
So-
able to do everything with your hands. You have to be able to know how to grow food. She also said from the beginning. And if you know that, most of the simple people who are not studied and not intellectual and not so-called not smart, but actually very smart, they will survive, not the smart
Yeah, exactly. It's all those people. It's all the rural people we make fun of, and the people that live in the mountains, and they'll be alive. The rest of the city people, city people will die immediately. They really will. They'll be the first ones. The very first one's gone. They're like, because the government's going to protect us, because for some reason we're all Ronald Reagan now. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's fine. So,
Is it weird that I really don't care if I'm in that 30%?
I don't expect to say
I can take care of myself, but I don't even care. I'm just like, I'm happy for the planet. Like, I'm happy for nature. I'm like, wow, this is really happening.
It's crazy.
Like, this is really cool. But half the time, like today, I don't even want to be around. Like, to me, I want to know if I can sue the government for pain and suffering for watching my friends who I thought were intellectuals walking around in face diapers. That's
we will. Oh yeah, they're going down for that. They're definitely going down for that. I told people. I said, wait for them to take it off. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, you'll have to take it off eventually. You will eventually have to.
Yeah.
We'll wait it out, but you will have to eventually take them off. You will.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was so funny.
Now we'll just wait you out on it. We'll wait you out.
So it was so funny. I had a discussion, and she was saying, if you eat healthy, that's the best protection against the virus and things like that. Yes, she said, sister, I get that. But as precautions, I will do social distancing, and I will keep on my mask up. I said, no, but that is not precautions. That's damaging. And she didn't get it.
Literally
grabs that idea.
I hate that term so much. I'm fighting people tooth and nail on that fucking term. I'm like, that is not a thing. I don't know why people think that's a thing. It's not a thing. Social distancing. What is this?
Listening to a government bombing children, putting pesticide and carcinogen in all the food, Viagra,
opioids, heroin. They're still doing cocaine, by the way, everywhere. But health, we're still doing cocaine. That's not. They didn't go away. We're still doing it. So
yeah,
just so we're aware.
So psychopaths. As a precaution, it's a precaution to listen to psychopaths. Yeah. That's a smart idea. That's what we're doing.
Pharmaceutical lobbies. They're going to protect us. Pharmaceutical lobbies will.
They love us.
Yeah,
they love grandma.
This is an insult to our intelligence.
Yeah, basically lawyers for a pharmaceutical company, not even, scientists or pharmacists. Actual lawyers for a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah,
just like with
multinational corporate conglomerates.
Yeah, just like with the
FCC. That's not science at all.
No, just like the FCC says 5G is safe, yet most of them were lawyers for Verizon and AT&T. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
I see what they did there.
Isn't it weird how people that approve the vaccines also own shares in the vaccine company's patent? Surprise!
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? They just happen to be paid for it regardless.
Yeah, and even Bill Gates. Yeah, I don't understand that. How isn't everybody like, he makes computers. Why is he making vaccines? Like, why is no one asking those questions? I don't.
It's a very weird question. Right. We're not doctors. We're like, but Bill Gates isn't a doctor. They're like, so?
Right,
We're like,
right.
okay. You see what that behavior is called? It's neurotic abuse. They've been abused for so long that they've made themselves neurotic. That's really what it is. And also, we've been trapped in our houses for 11 months. So that's the thing. You can't do that. Isolation is a punishment in prison for a reason. It causes psychosis. It's causing
even
psychosis. Yeah.
If you said the CDC said, even already official, because they leave those, they believe those, it's on 6%. Oh yeah, but that's a conspiracy. So they don't even believe now because they.
They just moved the goalpost. The moment you hit the school, the moment you hit the goal, they just move the goalpost again. They said intellectual brush fires, and if you don't put out every single one, they're like, "See, I won." You're like,
yeah,
it's dishonesty, dishonest argument.
You just quoted the CDC, and then when I quoted their new numbers, suddenly it was wrong. Like,
they're leading from presumption because they quote the CDC, and I'm like, what's the CDC?
Yeah,
right.
I want full details. Yeah, I want the organization's history, background, who's funding it. Oh, we don't know. Then be quiet. You quoted somebody as an authority without even knowing that they're an authority. They're not an authority on anything. They're a private organization. Period. Period. Private organization. That is not an authority of anyone. So
Center for Dumbass Control.
It's exactly, and that's why they like academics as gatekeepers, because they're the most indoctrinated of the populace. Not us.
Yeah, true.
The academics are.
Absolutely. So, that's what school can do. Is indoctrinate your ass off. You know, you think you're getting educated, and I'll be darned, you're getting indoctrinated.
All the time.
And paying for it.
Paying for your children to be indoctrinated. That's exactly what that is. Exactly. And notice how schools are designed exactly like prisons are. So.
Oh, I know. Even the colors of the walls are the same, and the way they make you stand and wait in line and wait to go through this door, and
all just behavioral training, social conditioning.
Exactly the same.
All that is. And then we were like, well, how did you? They're like, well, that's what we need public schools. I'm like, how do you think we got educated before public schools, guys? We already can do that. That's not something we need schools for. We don't need them for that. That's not necessary. So
and we can take a tire and milk a goat and plant a garden and communicate.
Right. Yes. Trades, actual trades.
Right.
I miss doing trades. Nobody knows how to do anything. They don't know where electricity comes from. They don't know where water's produced. They don't know nothing at all. Don't care, actually. They don't care as long as they get it. Yeah. So it makes them sitting down.
A schoolhouse was like in the like the immediate village, whatever. So you had like 6-year-olds to 15-year-olds going to school together, and they were all in the same classroom. They all helped each other because kids, actually, it's been proven that they learn faster learning from their peers than they do the adults.
Takes a village.
Right.
It takes a village.
And it was more personal.
To raise a child. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's crazy.
We're all gonna die.
When I taught when I was in the US, I taught for a private school, but I had only like one old, like small building, very small, and I could do whatever I want. So it was really a lot of fun. I had only the basic kind of read. I have to do it all by myself because there was no teacher.
Yes, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I would love to do that. That's how I learned. I was just in the library. It's like, oh, I want to learn about this now and this, and then I just pick and choose.
And I had to do it because I'm not a teacher, but there was no other one. So somebody had to do it. So when you put me for something, I do it. So that's my thing. That's fire. When you put me for something, I do it. And they don't really foster that.
They foster that out of us. You know what I mean? They foster that out of us. Now we're not creative. We're not exploratory. We don't ask questions. We just recite. We just recite.
Yeah.
Walking parrots, all that.
And that was really a nice experience. But that's the thing. You have to. Your inspiration is more pure when you're not indoctrinated by schools and by systems. And then the inspiration can just come. That's why my gurus all said that if you're a doctor, you're going to be something else. If you're a teacher, you're going to be something else. So she changed the rules, because identity. So because your mind is already brainwashed with the knowledge from the school. So you have to do something else. And you don't go to books. So she always challenged us, like, try to find by yourself. What's the difficult?
And it's more important that we teach people how to do things rather than doing them or like giving them the information. Like they have to learn how to do
Yeah.
it. They have to learn themselves how to do it. That's
Yeah.
really the main problem. Because you
Yeah.
notice that's why people don't get information or know how to find them, because we keep giving it to them. Like, no, they need to learn how to look. They need to learn how to research stuff.
Yeah.
They have to learn how to do that again. Because it's not our responsibility to save everybody. It just isn't. We can't. Even if we wanted to, we can't. It's not possible.
Not even
So
for our children.
people have to save
Exactly.
themselves. They
Yeah.
really do. So
Yeah.
We do far too much for them, and the whole curriculum is set up so that they are evaluated every step of the way, and there's not really any room for growth or experimentation in that environment. And I think they've been trying to round up our kids for a while. I think if we hadn't woken up just recently, they were finna really gather our kids.
Yeah, they were going to clamp it. They were going to clamp down on that.
They were really planning on the fact that we've turned our babies over for these vaccinations for the past 30 years willingly, and for the most part until about 15 years ago, without question. And so they really assumed these last two generations would just hand off their kids to the state/public school system under the guise of a bomb threat / healthy school environment.
Bioterrorism.
Fortunately, you know, there was an awakening that took place in the midst of this pandemic, and you know, it's sad, it's tragic for me because I'm a teacher and I'm a school administrator, and I'm also a parent. I've homeschooled mostly. My kids were in private schools, and then they've also been in public school off and on, including recently. And my kids were in high school the last 2 years, and they had 4 bomb threats where they closed the school, and I was not able to get to my kids, and my kids were not able to get to me. And at the end of the day, it was such a fiasco. They never really explained what it was, and some person walking on the back baseball field unidentified, or blah blah blah, or somebody called in a bomb threat. At the end of the day, they were able to keep our kids from us for up to 6 hours, 4 different times in the past 24 months. And you know, that to me, I mean, I know I'm already in a military town. We're probably a Jade Helm practice drill state as it is, but I just thought that was incredibly extreme. And for me, it was a universe. It was a sign from the universe that there's really something else that we need to be afraid of when it comes to this, you know, government education system.
Yeah.
And we need to reclaim our children's minds, their bodies, their systems, and their education.
Sorry. I have to pee so bad. I've been here for 4 hours, and my kids are. My kids are like, Mom,
I'm just going to come on while you guys will wrap it up, so that's fine.
Yeah.
We will definitely do this again. We're going to do it again.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it would be
a
fun.
whole show on schooling.
But Gerard's about to hop in.
Show on schooling.
Yeah, no, Gerard's hopping in. I really
do it up, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you guys. I think Gerard's coming in now. All right.
Okay,
I love you.
For a while, and I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah. Eat well. Eat nice. Have a nice dinner. Lunch. No, dinner.
Thank you.
So, okay.
That was good stuff today.
Well, it was fun, like always.
Stuff.
Yeah, we do it a bit in our own way. It's like we go way off topic and we go, but anyhow, it's nice. It's a nice combination, me and Susan, and then astrology is very accurate and very actually you can learn a lot from it. But
you guys are fantastic. You do great together. We just have to find a topic.
Next time I know that word is.
Lori can't hold together. I don't know what's wrong with Lori and both.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, no. Next time it's banned, that topic. It's gonna be in the secret drawer. It's like forbidden knowledge.
The whole galaxy's healing. There's just proof of it everywhere.
Yeah, the whole galaxy is healing. I don't know. Anyhow, but no, it's fun. It's
so Joanna says they want the school and state to take over the role of the parents. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and that was the programming that took place. As parents, we believed that our 5-year-old needed to go to kindergarten as a major part of his development. And you know, we fed into that. We trusted it. I mean, what's more warm and fuzzy than your school, your kid's elementary school, your teacher who spends 10 hours a day with your offspring. You know, we put utter trust in that,
Yeah, too
and
much.
not
Yes.
realizing that the whole system was evolving to the point that now teachers are not allowed to teach. End of
Yeah.
story.
Not, yeah,
They
that's
spend a
true.
lot of time testing and evaluating pretty much every step
Yeah.
and every move your kid
And
makes. They
and
get so
actually,
frustrated. I can tell you, as a school administrator, teachers are at their wits' end. They don't want to go back to these schools because they haven't felt for 25 years that they've been allowed to teach. And
yeah,
believe it or
true.
not, there are some real amazing teachers out there who are
They
naturally
are.
born. I think we were talking about elementary school age kids and how that is a complicated group to teach. And as a teacher, I will do anything to avoid it. You know, my mother was a natural elementary middle school teacher. That's hard work. That is, you don't ever get a
It
break
is.
from those kids' psyche. You are developing their questions. At least in high school, they're busy writing notes to each other and finishing the worksheet. You have, you know, that it's to me. I don't. I'm not a natural elementary school teacher. That takes a special talent to connect with that phase of our mind and our learning
Yeah.
process. And I
But
think
but that's not, I mean, I don't think it's that difficult because I'm not a teacher and I did it and you have to tune into the children. You have to see what is where is their interest going. And I always find topics, okay, now they want to learn about dinosaurs. So, and I bring it dinosaurs, and if they need to learn something about writing, then you find some words which look like dinosaurs, so they learn those kind of words, and you bring a story in, and then history. You can connect everything with one topic, and you find a red thread, and it's very interesting because everything was related to them. Yeah, dinosaurs, so their attention was on it. And then next time it was like, okay, we like submarines. If they saw it in the, and then you talk about the sea and things like that. It works like that, and it's effortless when you do it
it
with.
is.
I mean,
It is, and that's
it's
the old
you
way of
need,
saying
of course, you need
listen
your
to me.
information. You have to look up
Yeah,
information. But then for the rest, if you know the way how to get those children, it's kind of effortless.
it
It's
is.
not like, oh, I have to follow this day, this program, or this or this. I didn't do it like that because I was freely to do it like that. And
Kids will guide you teaching them, like you said, and that was the
yes,
old way to teach a subject, a unit, like
yes,
a unit on apples. I mean, you can do the whole math section, the science section, the history section, um, the social studies section, the art and music part of it. Teach songs about apples, and that's how we
yeah,
used to do it.
everything,
But
everything.
see,
You take
teachers
one
aren't allowed
topic.
to do that anymore because you have
Yeah,
to do all this testing. So to do an Apple unit, it takes weeks and it takes involvement with your kids. You mess up your classroom because you're making apple pie and you're making
yeah,
apple
things like
tarts
that.
and you're
But
not
that's now
passing
good.
out tests from
Yeah,
the state.
yeah.
And so, yeah, of course it's
I
easy.
did, yeah, I did 1 week for every topic, 1 week. So
Yeah.
that's all. And then okay, then we start another topic, and the inspirations rolls in, so it's nice. But if you homeschool, you can do it again. I mean,
Sure.
you're free. So and it's fun then because then you learn also a lot because they ask questions. You think, oh, I don't know how to answer, and it's okay if you don't know. You say no, I don't know. Then I just say I don't know to answer that questions. I'm not going to find an excuse because I don't know the answer. So that is, I mean, that is what I did, and it was actually a lot of fun. And you learn a lot actually because I'm not good in art and things like that. So in the afternoon we did art, and then
You become an
okay.
artist as a teacher, don't you?
Yeah, and then you have everything, and then you learn little by little. Actually, you can learn a lot if you're motivated. Where there is a will, there is a pathway. They say, and I think I believe if you have to go through something, you just do it. So
Well, I just posted a video today about something. I can't remember what it's called. The something effect, and it was a guy introducing some educational materials to this
yeah,
mother, who happened to be a school psychologist as well, and he was tapping into the fact that her daughter was distracted on the Rubik's cube, and he was asking her questions that she was able to just answer intuitively because she was
yeah,
distracted, and it's actually called something. I'll have to look it up again. Um, but the mother was just amazed, and he explained that when the kids are distracted, they can focus more on, their intuition is more, and that their intuition obviously is more fine tuned than ours as adults.
Yeah,
And
true. Still there's yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's
As
universal.
long as that works, but because with all those programming and all those vaccines, everything will be ruined. So their intuition will be also ruined.
Yes,
So
absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
And so I'm just real glad we're waking up to the fact, even if we have to abolish the school system all to hell,
yeah,
for a little bit. I definitely encourage people and communities and this country in particular to take a good, long, hard look at what we have called a public school system for the past 30 years, get over the grief and the shock, and reclaim our kids, because
yeah, you have to.
they've been indoctrinated more than anybody else in our society.
Yes. They much more than we are, and we are much more indoctrinated than our parents were, and things like that. Maybe on religion level we were more freer because my parents were very Catholic and very Christian, but in our generation we got rid of religion and we were looking for spirituality. So that's the only thing actually where we were more freer than maybe our parents, because that road got opened. But on the other occasions, everything got more narrow-minded because the science is fixed, everything is fixed, and it was not used not to be like that. You cannot ask questions anymore in school because there is always a fixed answer. Nothing is, it's all rigid and fixed.
And narrow and safe and familiar,
Yeah,
which is the main thing I think we forget. It's not so much that people don't want to see otherwise, it's what's familiar and what is comfortable and familiar. Whether it's, even if you have a bear trap on your foot, if you've had it on there for 20 years, it's familiar.
yeah, it's
And when
familiar.
you take it off, you may even anticipate, that you may not feel as good as when it was on,
Yeah, it's
because
like people who are been long time blind, and they get the ability to see. It's very extremely confusing for them. So some might even prefer to be back blind because it's a
yes,
whole new world they don't know. It's like whatever is not known is a bit scary. I mean, it's for people. That's how
the
humans are actually a little bit.
yeah, the extreme of it is when guys and people put themselves back in prison,
Yeah,
um, intentionally, because that's where they feel safe and
yeah,
and familiar. And
yeah.
again, that
Even
program
animals
is
do
put in.
that. Yeah, even
Mhm.
animals do that. They go back to, if they want to release them in the wild, it takes a long time. They go back in their cage, go out, go back to. So because it's also for them, they don't know their life they don't know how to live in the wild. So anyway, many animals who are caught in cages all their life, they cannot survive in the wild because they have not learned it. It's it's something. And
It's
now,
shocking. It's shocking to
yeah,
really come to terms with how programmable we are. I mean, I think we probably
yes,
felt a little bit more invincible, like in the 80s and 90s. When this century first started, I think we were still wrapped up in the illusion. The
yeah,
truth that's exposed recently is making us, realize that
yeah.
we.
Yeah, it's true. And now the animals are more freer than the humans. I mean, we're always a little bit more
Yeah.
free than the humans. So that's why, yes, that we are now in more, maybe not, because like the animals for eating, they go to extremely difficult life. Like they're always in a cage, in a small cage, pressed from up, from above, from near, from the side. They have no. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they have no freedom at all. So, and then we eat that meat. So, no wonder that we are so easily caged because I mean, people eat that meat from the most unfree creatures in the world.
Yeah, I mean, frequency is frequency, light is light, and sound is sound, and anything that is
Yeah,
manufactured within the light and sound of that animal, basically has the ability to be absorbed into your own vessel that includes light and sound, and
yeah,
and then that definitely affects you. And terror and confusion, you know, and torture
Yeah.
are things, all emotions that make us more easily controlled.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's like that. We are living in such society, and we have to get rid of it. And the only thing is like by our evolution, by our spiritual evolution, we can totally free humankind again.
I think
That's
we are. I think we are. I think the hardest part was us realizing the extent of the programming. But the good news is, always in my mind, is that if we were that easily manipulated and controlled and brainwashed and programmed, if you will, then imagine that we can also reprogram ourselves.
yeah. But we
Uh,
should not. Yeah.
yeah.
We should not program. I mean, because like nature is not programmed, it grows
Yeah.
naturally, and it's a living thing. Whenever we get programmed, it's rigid. It starts to get
Yeah.
rigid
Maybe
because
not
we
even
follow a
programmed.
kind of
Yeah. Put new in. Yeah.
mental structure or concept. And
Yeah.
actually, if we live freely, like expressing our individuality, then yeah, we are always, everything is always changing, so we leave our pathway open to changes, not like we have to follow kind of things in order. I mean, in yeah, I think in, let's call it divine laws, in harmony with others, with
Uh-oh. We ran out of time. What happened, y'all? Well, I'm gonna go and try to come back.